Horrible choice.
What is this song?
I don't even know. Cougar, you're fired.
What?
You're fired.
Cougar, I love you. I feel like I just got off an elevator in Arkansas.
Fired. Fired.
Oh.
Fired.
Sean Meredith with his shots.
Oh, God. What do you got me, Sean? What is
this
this?
is already a train wreck. Welcome to KVKL
On time.
Podcast, Week 6, heading into 4th of July weekend, where nothing will be happening.
Fireball.
I am Ben Hud Nick. To my left is one of our guests, Kiki Masturbaty Keating.
What the hell?
I'm single, folks. Come help me out.
And to her left, we have Lauren
Legali.
Legali. I was going to say, do we have a nickname for you?
What was your nickname as a kid, Lauren?
Double L.
That's lame. Double L? Come on.
Yeah. Double L.
You shut up.
Lauren Bali Legali.
Sure.
And to Lauren's left, we have the inimitable Cougar Jason Huang. I did that in the wrong order.
Hey, England
Wow.
finally beat Germany. Go Three Lions! Fuck you, Germany.
That was just a bunch of
Fuck you in World War
bunch of
II. We
shiza.
fucked you up here, finally. So hyped.
You can't trust the Nazis.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so welcome. We are sponsored this week by Lauren. You want to tell us?
Yeah, I'm sponsored this week. I'm a personal trainer. Hit me up if you need help with your strength goals, conditioning goals. I work out at the summit. I also help you figure out how to use all the equipment you bought during the pandemic. So hit me up, shoot me an email. It's my first and last name at gmail.com, Lauren Legali, LAURENLAGALY at gmail. Or shoot me a text at 316-619-1444.
Is the family thing still a thing?
What's that?
The whole if I have like all these people join my family and join the summit, do I pay less money? That's the thing.
I think
right?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just has to be charged to one card.
Anybody want to join?
Yeah.
Hey, Lauren,
I want my
here's a
own
question. For someone like a mold clay like me, who's like basically pathetic and like athletic-wise, is there any hope for me if you look at me like, or you're like, you know what, Cougar? No, you're no hope.
Absolutely.
What?
I can help anybody.
Jeez.
Absolutely no hope.
If you try to train me, you would age like 20 years if you try to train me there.
It's
Lauren.
never too late, Cougar. And special thanks to Lauren for jumping in last minute, swooping in to sponsor.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Also, not thanks, because all I heard out of that was Ben and Cougar, you're fat.
I am fat. It's true. And the F part, not the P-H-A-G, no.
I'm trying to help you with your hamstrings. Stop getting injured. So.
I'm pushing for the
Yeah.
cushion
Yeah,
myself.
stop getting injured.
Yeah, that
true.
could be helpful.
Yeah.
Also, so if your recap of your game is, but we had people hurt, well, shame on you. Contact Lauren.
Correct. I know. I'm mad at my teammates. They don't listen to me.
Yeah. So, into the games. There's a theme here. Week 1, YSC won at 5 o'clock. Sacred Sword twerks the jerks 6-3.
I ref this game, and I'm sure there's a member of the parent. Yeah, here comes Derek here. It all started basically the first inning where there's 2 runs were scored because of a little miscommunication between Katie Marcus in left field that should have been her ball, but then her sightline was distracted by the shortstop. For was darting from the shortstop position to her line, and the ball was deflected. It should have been a catch by Marcus at left field, but then, yeah, your shortstop, as I said last best, scooch the pooch, like I said.
Scooch the pooch.
Scooch the pooch.
Yeah.
Got it in.
So explain that. Where's your shortstop? What the hell was he doing?
First of all, that's Sarah Gio's brother, Jake.
Okay, well, what the hell was he doing?
It's his first time playing in like 3.5 years. He's a little rusty. He was a little eager to get the ball. Yes, it was Katie Marcus's. But
clearly.
that's not the reason we lost.
No, it's not, but that didn't help.
It was a poor start to our defense. What really killed us was our offense. We got we went goose egg for 2.5 innings, 3 up, 3 down. We didn't do anything until like the 4th inning. I don't even know exactly.
Yeah.
Our offense was just really stagnant. 3, thank you. Other than that, I mean, Sword was Sword. They were missing some people. They had a stellar lady at first base. She did really well.
Yeah, Catherine's great.
I can't remember her
She's
name.
really good, yeah.
Other than that, like, I mean, we bunted more than we should, and they kind of ate us alive on that. And once we started kicking a little bit more, it worked in our favor. But it was a little too late, a little too slow on that. Yeah, so it was a good game.
That was the gong. Get the fuck out of here.
But I also felt that Sword, I love you, Derek. I thought that their offense wasn't even that impressive as well. They kind of just lived on like a couple mistakes of the soda jerk. That's how they got their runs. But other than that, they didn't really generate that much. So I think both offenses were kind of like, eh.
No, we both felt that way. I mean, they were probably happy to take the win. I think,
of course.
I think on paper, Sword is the toughest in the fours.
Maybe.
I agree. I don't know.
I had to win the fours.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I mean, there was nothing super impressive about them, but we didn't come up to, we didn't win either, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a humble insult as opposed to a humble brag?
It was just that one right there.
All right. So also the notes for this game said that Derek has nice thighs, so we can vouch.
But it's a different Derek.
Ooh, dad bod
It's a different Derek.
That was Derek off the Sword, but I'm a cooler Derek.
He has a nice belly,
Oh.
not thighs.
So I guess that means that you don't have nice thighs.
No, he doesn't.
Here's Sean from Poshmark. What's up,
Those
Sean?
are pretty nice.
I actually got to watch this game. Mad props to Sword. Catherine started first and played amazing the whole game.
Yeah.
Cougar's not going to say it, even though he reffed the game, but the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, neither team scored. Whether you want to look at it as a lack of offense.
It is lack of offense.
There were quite a few kicks and bunt attempts. And there was good defense on both sides. So not to short sell either team. 4 innings of shutout ball, whether you want to look at it one way or another, they both played good defense.
I thought the defense was decent, but I'm not going to lie to you, like we talked to Derek, it felt to me that it was basically both offense were just kind of like, it's just like,
Oh, yeah, and then also Cameron had an amazing grab to Rob Gio in
He did, that's true.
5th for a double play.
He did.
So,
Word.
very nice play by him as well.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Next up, YSC 1, 7 o'clock. Mahomies cock teases Louise's,
Oh my
11 to 10.
Wow, yeah. I did not think we were going to get this win. And I got to say, our team started absolutely awful. Just like the Liberty Hall game last week. Just made some stupid defensive plays and couldn't get on base. But I gotta give credit to my teammates there. Last week we just basically didn't have any gas to basically do anything as late fees. Credit to them. Here, I give credit to my teammates that basically, down 10-4 to pull by the bootstraps and to making the actual comeback. Defense-wise, much better, and offense-wise, getting on base and then really driving the runs. I give my teammates a lot of credit, making up for it and just basically making it happen. So, and of course, unfortunately, got three stooges here, Ryan, Matt Pendry, and Jeff Moore. And here's Ryan Pendry, my center fielder. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Cougar. I
Hello,
got a
Ryan.
question. What does it feel like to have absolute ice in your veins making that game-winning catch?
There was no ice in my veins in that catch. I almost dropped it on that final out.
There's not ice in his veins. There's ice in his heart. It thaws by the time it gets to his extremities.
Yeah, exactly. There's ice in my heart. I'm like the Grinch, except it doesn't. My heart does not grow 3 times larger. I don't know. I almost dropped that ball there, but I was like, thank God I caught it there. But that had nothing to do with the game. It's like, okay, credit to my teammates, winning there. As far as Luis is there, I felt really bad for that. Really do. Up 6, and it's just that when you're a new team, first year, you gotta know how to win. And we've all been there. As a first year team, if you don't know how to win, and all of a sudden you basically make these mistakes and so forth, giving the other team a chance.
Yeah,
it sucks.
I've been hanging out with the Louisa's team quite a bit in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And Sean was the first person I talked to after their game this week, and he blamed himself. He was real down and probably will be real down on himself for losing this game. He felt like he was the one that led up those 3 runs with that play out in right field.
He did. What happened in that play there, if you don't mind, sorry, Katie. It was bases loaded. It was a short pop-up fly, and Sean overran it and basically let the ball get past him. And then that was Tony, my first base. He got a bases clearing triple. But, yeah, Sean felt that he lost the game for that. I told him after the game, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. The other team, your teammates could have done better as far as not allowing that to be the factor.
Sure.
It was a big factor, but he wasn't the reason why he lost. No,
Yeah, but in the meantime, like a shout out to their whole team, though, because I talked to 3 other of them afterwards, and they all said that we lost and never said anything about Sean's play. So definitely they've come a long way since the first 2 weeks and are much more a team and are wanting to compete and be a part of the league for sure.
I just wanted to say Anna was the one who got that kick over, I think, the pitcher's head and dropped it in.
Over
so
in the
last run.
Right field. Yep, that was Anna. Yep.
Yeah, that's
and I told her that basically it's like just kick it over. It's like you want to kick it? It's like no, just keep it. I kept it simple. Just kick it. Kick away. That's it. That's all I told her. I try to tell my teammates either kick away or I keep it simple because 4 simple words. Keep it simple, stupid. And I keep it simple.
This is definitely one of those games where the score does not reflect what the actual game was. So definitely still keep an eye out for Louisa's for sure.
I agree.
For a boot run for sure.
Sean, hey Cougar, we're starting a GoFundMe and we're going to get together $1,000 if there's just 1 week where you can absolutely not shit on your team for no reason.
That's not going to happen.
Just give
we
won.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
We're starting a GoFundMe.
Yes, homies. Yes.
You can raise that $1,000. Still not going to happen. Now, if
Cougar-
they play the perfect game, then I will not shit on them.
Cougar is not motivated by money.
I'm not motivated by money. No.
So, Cougar, this is as good a time any to have a celebratory shot for your victory. Let's drink these things. Thank you, Sean.
Cheers, my homies.
We're drinking to Sean. Also, there was
I hate that shot.
There was a rookie mistake here where the pitcher had the ball and the runner on third ran home and wound up getting called out. And the bottom of one of the later innings, and that itself could have been the difference in the game.
That's not her, but also the base coach. Base coach should take that runner. Do not go. Stop. Listen to your base coach. If you're base coach, pay the fuck attention. And that's on Louise. Again, they're a new team, so they got to learn how to win. You got to put reputable, trustworthy people on first and third base coaches there. If you don't, mistakes like those happen, especially your first-year team. So pay attention and listen to your base coaches.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
All right, let's push on. YSC 2 at 5 o'clock. Harpies, Carpe, those DMs against Post House, 9-8.
Holy shit.
And a walk-off.
And
not only did none of us call this except for Stacy, but most of us had it at like 10 plus. Cougar, you said 15 plus, I think.
I did say 15. I did. You're right. Grant, Betsy, and Simon said, but that's not Harpy's fault. That's not Harpy's fault. So regardless, I'm shocked and regardless, I mean, you proved me wrong once again, Harpies, and a lot of people's wrong. So yeah. So I'm. Who wants to talk about You want to talk about Stacy? Come on. You know you want to, Kamish. Go ahead and tell me why I'm an idiot. Why your team is great and why I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah.
After everybody picked you to finish last in ranked play except for you and picked you to lose this game.
Yep. Because I know my team. I know what we can do, and they're finally listening. You know, it took them a few games. You know, we had to put it into these young kids' heads that the teams that we had played so far are not even close to what we were going to play that day, and they really had to listen, and they had to trust their coaches and their base coaches, and they did. There were no hero throws. We played smart kickball, and it showed.
Although Grant did run home, I was like, what are you doing, Grant? God damn it. I saw like,
Yeah, and opportunity to walk off in the 10th, but Grant was the third out. Supposedly the base coach sent him and then retracted it, but Grant had already rounded.
The base coach sent him?
No. It wouldn't That's what Grant told me.
Huh?
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Grant would have ran.
That's not true.
Oh, no, he totally would have ran. Max, would he have ran? He would have totally ran.
So you're telling me there's no base coach that will make Grant stop? Really? Not even you? If you were Grant, you wouldn't tell him to stop? He wouldn't listen?
Not if he feels like he can make it. He cost us a lot of runs going home. But I
listen to your base coach.
He may have learned his lesson because he was really.
Are you sure? I don't think Grant ever learned his lesson. I think he'll run through any stop sign.
Well, I hope so because he was kicking himself afterwards. He was like, "That was the stupidest thing." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, that totally was." So
I hate to see Grant driving. He'd be able to run every stop sign. He'd probably run every stop sign. I hate to see him drive.
But it was a good.
Ooh, too hot for that mic.
I know. It was a great game.
It was, yeah. It really was, yeah.
We're ready for the
huge
the
props
rest of
to you guys.
ones.
Huge props, Stacy. Huge props.
Harpies announcing themselves. Thank you, Stacy. YSC 2 at 7 o'clock. Bunt and grind, gag and bind, R-bar, 12-8 in extras. So Elizabeth Carr sent me some notes on this game because she had former teammates on both teams, Eddie on R-bar and Kristen on bunt and grind. She said that Kristen had an awesome catch at second. Eddie made some great plays at pitcher to get outs at first. So shout out to both of them. I can't really see if Eddie's here, but I saw Kristen earlier.
Kristen, want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Come on.
She said that Bunt and Grind started and ended the game hot offensively. They had 4-ish runs in the first and last innings. Arbar tightened up their D for the middle innings to keep the game close. Had some great offense, too. Special shout-out to Sarah for toasting the Bunt and Grind right fielder for a 2 RKI double. Respect the leg.
Wow, okay.
And Bunt and Grind's pitcher is super good. Had a great jumping catch to keep a kick from going over her head. She thinks both teams will continue to be super competitive in the 4s. She also mentioned specifically for Arbar, she had fun watching them improve in the 6s last season. Thinks being in the 4s will help them improve further. Kind of Harpy's setting the blueprint for that, I think. So keep at it. Then something to work on is backing up throws to first. She said that Bunt and Grind was able to take extra bases a few times when throws got behind the first base player. And she'd also wanted to give a shout-out to one of the Bunt and Grind players. He had on a white Bunt and Grind tank, had an awesome place kick to right field in later innings. Kristen, maybe you can tell us who that was.
That's Richie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Richie Rose. Yeah, it was great.
Mr. Bunt and Grind.
Yeah, like the founder. Yeah, he did great. I mean, those notes are all really good. I was going to say, I don't know much more to add to that. That kind of covers every. Olivia is the badass pitcher.
The pitcher, yeah.
And
Olivia,
she does.
yeah.
She has great hands, great reach. Everything, she's fast.
We've been giving her lots of love,
Good.
every week on this,
and Sarah as well. I heard that you guys have already been saying how good she is, but literally she plays kick perfectly. I mean, I think she was 3 for 4 or 4 for 5.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the score sheets again. But, I mean, the thing is, we expected her one place. She proved she could kick it somewhere else. And when she burned the right fielder, he was deep, and she still burned him. It was
awesome.
Yeah. And that was kind of their rally point. We started off really good offensively, and then we kind of lost our rhythm. And thank God we got it back in the 9th and the 10th. But the top of their lineup's pretty fierce. They really are.
Yeah. Hot start is important in 4s.
Yeah.
Really important.
Yeah, and you just kind of have to hold it and not get in your head.
Yep.
That was one of the things I think the experienced players have a little bit more of an edge on. It's going, okay, we can go 9 innings, we can go 10 innings, we can stay with it.
Yeah.
Some of the newer players, right when they get down, they really got in their head, and you could see that on the field too. Yeah. But it was a great game and fun to be in ranked play for that for sure.
Yeah.
But in great notes. That was awesome.
Well, and
thanks, Liz.
Kristen brings up a good point with your team, and I've noticed all year long, is that we've always said you're only as good as your ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of ladies on every team are just absolutely killing it this year.
Amen.
I mean, especially after a year and a half off. I mean, who would have known?
And shout out to Tasia on our team. She is not new to the league. She's new to the team, but she's from Empire a couple seasons ago. But that's where we rallied back in, was her kick. And because we could get runners on, but we were having a hard time bringing them in the middle of and I think it was in the 9th where she kind of set it up and she got us evened up. And it was her great kick and kind of just the aggressive base running too. I mean, that's kind of what sets the teams apart, the ones that just run to the base and stop versus the ones that run to the next base and keep looking. But
keep running.
True.
Yeah, but it was fun. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kristen.
Good to see you back.
That highlights basically what I've seen in all the games to date, including the game of the week from this last week, which is that the ladies are just fucking killing it this year. We just say this is the year of the not men.
Yeah.
If it could be gender appropriate. So who would have thought when the pandemic happened, we took a year off, the dudes got super fucking lazy and the ladies came back to play. All right, next up.
Cheers, ladies.
Yeah, cheers. Also, I guess quick point then, our next podcast is going to be the Kickballs for All podcast the week after July 4th, Tuesday. So July 13th. Tune in for that one.
July 13th, yep.
I hope I'm invited.
And everyone.
YSC3 at 5 o'clock. Muddy Bloody Johnnies, 9 to 3. Lauren, you were in this game. You could tell us what happened.
I was in this game. Pretty defensive game. We held them, I think, to 6 runs until the 8th. And they got 3 more, and we couldn't answer in top 9. And ended on a double play of a shitty bunt for me. It was popped up enough for AO to make a diving catch, and then somehow they also got the runner on 1 out for leaving.
I refed first for this game, and it was probably one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen in kickball, honestly. Ao dove for the ball, tossed it up to Eli. Jessica, who was playing second, shifted to first. Eli threw it back to first for a double out to end the game. It was honestly one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen, for sure. But I would say that they didn't necessarily bloody you guys. I mean, you had a couple errors at the end of the game that cost you a couple of runs, but again, I think this is another game that doesn't really reflect how you guys played for most of the game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yacy was nice enough to send me notes for this game, and she mentioned that cool double play, and it also made it onto the notes for the score sheet. So, it's special when it's everywhere. Yacy also mentioned that Muddy did Muddy, basically. They bunted to get on and blasted several kicks into the outfield gaps. They also said that Johnny struggled with the bunt because Eli and Isaac at third base and catcher are just tough, so kind of forcing you to take your chances kicking away.
Yeah, I did. I had a boring game of bunting every at-bat, but I advanced Ryan, who scored twice, 2 of our 3 runs, so I might not have gotten on, but did the job.
Yeah, Yacy also said she would tweak both kicking lineups a little bit for both teams to increase on base percentage, so maybe take a look at that. She knows what she's talking about. But that the got to take your chances with the kicking away thing kind of intrigues me for like a potential Love Garden Muddy matchup. I think that might be like an odd line drivers matchup. Next up, we had YSC3 at 7, Ghost Toast Young Spine 10-6. Katie, you were in on this one.
Yeah, this was a really fun game to play. I mean, where Ghosts, I think everyone's kind of flying under the radar from everyone's radar, I guess. We've been getting better every single week. This was a fun game. We definitely tried to strike early, which we did, and our lineup hasn't changed much, but our bottom of our lineup is starting to get a little bit better kicking-wise, trying to hone in on really trying to get that offense together since our defense has been pretty solid since our Muddy game. But I bunted 3 times this game, which I don't think I've ever bunted more than once in a game before. So
advance them.
Yeah, so we're definitely trying to take advantage of some more offensive minded game set. So it was a good game though.
Cool.
Young Spine is definitely going to win at least one game, I feel like, in our division.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yacy had notes on this one too, and she said a similar thing. She said you guys came out firing on all cylinders, took advantage of some Young Spine rookie errors in the first inning, that your defense was solid to be expected from what I've seen. Ghost's defense in this rank is going to be tough.
We definitely had 1 or 2 innings where we ghosted for sure and kind of got in our head a little bit, but we've been talking about that before the season started and just trying to get past that every inning, and we play 0-0 every inning. Just there's no score, just play every inning, as if it's the first inning. So.
Hey, Katie, question real quick. How is Young Spine, other than rookie mistakes the first inning, how is their actual defense? Because I saw a couple times, rep them against R-Bar week 4 and a little bit week 5 when they played against Corksuckers at YSC 5. I was like, I looked at the defense, I was like, oh, jeez.
I'll tell you right now who you have to watch out for, and Tom's going to be mad that I bring it up again, but their center fielder is amazing.
Is he?
We finally had some legs. We finally had some legs this week, and their center fielder must have caught, I don't know, 4 or 5. Tom, one of our rookies, kicked what easily was a home run, and their center fielder backpedaled and just side caught it like 10 feet away from where he was at. I mean, it was unbelievable.
I heard he made a really good catch against Corksuckers like last week, and not being against center field, I'm really not. But I read the game week 4 against R-Bar and also saw a couple glimpses against Corksuckers. He also on easy plays kind of dropped him. So it's kind of one of those things. He makes the great spectacular plays, but on the rudimentary can of corn, it's kind of like dropped him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those like.
Did we talk about Junior Tolbert's diving catch? There were people in the crowd
Junior has
to
finally
poach
surpassed
him.
his father's abilities.
Oh, geez.
Junior had an amazing diving catch in center field that, honestly, I don't think anybody else could have made. And I'm so excited that he's a ghost. He's been hanging out with us for 6 years now, 7 years.
First of all, making amazing plays. He's definitely not James's kid.
No.
James. I think somehow.
No.
I think he adopted Jeff Jr.
James has been trying to coach him, but it's been all me.
He tries.
I haven't seen him wear a cowboy hat once.
Too.
2 quick extra notes here. Yacey said that Young Spine started the bottom of the ninth with 2 automatic outs due to 2 players leaving early. Tough to make up those 4 runs, but still, that's kind of
hell.
Yeah.
They said that people had to take a shit and left.
Oh God!
I was going to say it was a personal situation that was happening, but
Yeah.
okay,
It was funny.
God.
it is what it is.
Take a shit on your team. I don't
We're all human.
All right, but she also, this was really funny. She said that Deshaun sent Yacey into a fight or flight mode with a line drive to her face. And she picked flight, a rookie move by a veteran player. She said everybody had a good laugh. I thought that was great. In the same vein, she said that Ghosts are a super fun team and everyone had a great time. Based on what I heard, Katie, I think you probably say the same thing about Young Spine.
Always. We're competitive, but we always definitely like to have fun first, for sure.
Yeah, and she also she mirrored the previous sentiment, which was that Young Spine is on a learning curve, but their defense is getting better. So there's somebody to look out for later.
Yeah, I expect to see at least 1 win here in division play.
I think
play.
if I can make an early prediction, just based on the talent level I saw there, these are mostly fixable mistakes, and they're probably going to wind up with a seed that is worse than their actual ability, which means that
for sure.
they might upset somebody in whatever bracket they wind up in.
I think that they can beat Brutang, but Brutang also is a sleeper, I think, as well. So that'll be interesting game in my division or my rank to watch.
Brutang did shut out home loans, and
God, I saw Brutang play last week, and they were really good. I don't know a lot better than the scores would have indicated. All right, so assuming I'm not so drunk that I'm skipping stuff. Next up, we had YSC4 at 5 o'clock. Late fees with ease over Asteroid Head because it was a fucking forfeit. Boo. So, 2 things here. There were several people that picked Asteroid Head to finish at the top of their rank.
Yeah, who picked them to finish at the top?
Yeah, Stacy did for
How
one.
are you thinking, Stacy?
And I think Cougar and I's response was that they're not trustworthy in so many words, and I guess this goes to show.
So I'm the one that's right, Stacy. You were right about your team. I was right about Asteroid Head, by the way.
Right, Kristen?
Boom.
But they still played, and it was literally the most fun wins at YSC this week.
Yeah.
I sat there and watched that game, even though it's like, half of late fees went and played for Asteroid Head, and they were all just having a freaking blast.
That's awesome.
That's what our league is about. I agree.
Honestly, I love watching it. Thrasher still kicked a home run. People were having a great time.
That's awesome.
And the people that were there to ref still stayed in ref for them. So I don't know who ref for the other teams that was there. That was really badass because they could have been like, this isn't even a game. We're going to walk away. But they were still sitting there reffing and enjoying themselves. So
Yeah, that's how you do that. I encourage when it's a run rule game and you're not supposed to be keeping score anymore, I would still encourage the refs to stick around for those. I mean,
practice makes better.
Yeah, it helps. Aaron?
Aaron from 23rd Street Brewery.
What?
I said it's Aaron from 23rd Street Brewery. I'm just introducing you.
Thank you. I didn't know I needed an introduction. But,
Everyone does.
Well, you wouldn't if we had a camera, but nobody can see you. So.
Yeah. Listen to the sound of my voice. You'll know who I am. No, what pisses me off about the whole forfeit is that we ended up losing to Asteroid Head, which gave them the 4, put us in the 5, and then they don't fucking show up for their game.
Yeah.
If you're going to forfeit, do it like Derek Davis does in division play. I mean, come on.
Well, all you can do is win all those Division 5 games and jump them in the standings, maybe. Yeah.
True.
This was a thought that I had. We were talking about this earlier when you walked away to come down here. When was the last time we had a forfeit in regular season play?
It's probably been a couple years.
Los Matadores, probably.
Yeah.
Probably then.
Yeah. Marisa?
Here's Marisa from Kicking Assets.
Well, I was just going to say, Matadors did forfeit to us. But I just wanted to know what the forfeit was. If I missed it, I'm sorry. I just didn't know what the forfeit was from this game.
From this one?
Yeah.
I think they only had 8 players to start, which is not legal. You have to have at least 9, I think, coming in.
Yep.
Or maybe they only.
Eight.
No, you
Has to
can
be
have 8.
Maybe they had
play.
8 and only two ladies or something like
Yeah,
that.
they
Or,
didn't have a legal lineup or something.
yeah, it would have been
like that,
6 and 2,
Yeah.
So,
something like that.
So we don't know. It's
So-
not on the score sheet. Okay, I just thought I missed it, and I was like, wait, I want to hear what was it a forfeit for? Like, okay.
So this
There's
is
so many ways.
a rules question. Does this go back to the baseball rules where a forfeit is now 0 to 7?
I think
Or are
in,
we
I think in
0-0?
KVKL it's 2 to nothing.
Is it, do we
I'd have
that-
to go
is that
back
in
and
the
check
rules?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Sean
standard
and
here.
I
I'm
were
just not
talking about
100%
this
sure.
earlier,
I think it's 2 zip is what we decided on at some point.
In soccer, it's 3-0 is a forfeit, but that's soccer, so.
Sure.
Yeah. So they take a loss, a shutout, and a bunch of shit, I guess.
Boo.
Just-
30 packs for everyone. Asteroid Heads owes everybody in the league 30 packs.
Yeah, Asteroid Head, don't do it again or you'll lose your returning team status, and we love you, so stick it out.
Yep.
Valid point. That is a rule in the books, too.
Yeah. YSC4 at 7 o'clock. Hookah House put Empire in a quagmire 12-3.
First win for Hookah House. Congratulations.
Yeah.
First win of the
They
franchise.
seem like they've
Yep.
been due. Like, they
Yep.
played some really good games, and I was just waiting for them to pull one out. This is a good place to start. There were notes on this game. Hassam sent me some stuff. He said that some of his notes mirrored what the notes were on the score sheet, but there was a 9th inning rally, but not enough for Empire. Nick bounced a kick off third base for a home run. Hillary 3 for 3. Rashad also batted 1,000, and he's at the mic here in a second.
Here's Rashad.
He also
from
said
Hookah House.
Dennis ground rule for home run, and Matt Dick commented on Facebook, "We consumed over 100 Jello shots." That was all he had to say.
That was at the end of the game. That wasn't before the game or anything like that. Everyone played great that day. Nick did that bounce off the third base. It was beautiful. I didn't think he was going to keep going around, but I guess he was feeling a little extra energetic that day. Hillary also kicked a perfect game.
Yeah.
That was in the notes as well. She had a beard and feel like the whole game, so I don't know what that is, if that's going to be a thing throughout the sixes, but it worked for her and for us. So all in all, it was a fun game, our first win. So
Killer.
yeah.
Thanks, Rashad.
Congrats, Rashad.
Good
Congrats,
job,
man.
buddy.
Well done. And by the way,
Hookah House.
Rashad, former member of the Mahomies. So
Now, I'm really looking forward to this Hookah House Rockets game. I think I'm taking Hookah in that game. Next up, YSC 5 at 5 o'clock. Tree Care Pegs Redlegs 9-3. I got nothing on this one. Did anybody see this game?
Unless someone ref this game.
I heard there were injuries. Maybe?
Aaron Airy Bears coming up here.
Hey!
Wash.
Well, it's a 1-seed game, and I'm a 5-seed, so of course I'm reffing it.
You're welcome.
But it was a really good game to watch. You wouldn't have known the score was a little. You could tell at the beginning that KTC took the lead, that seemed really obvious, but Redlegs stuck it out the whole game, and they scored 3, and it was 6-3 for a minute, and it looked like they were going to come back and do a little more damage. But KTC, I think, shut that down. Finley had some amazing kicks, and he did that drag foot back leg kick. Everybody's always like, "What the fuck?" It always psyched everybody out. And then he did that thing where he runs up and then doesn't kick the ball 5 times in a row, so he knows where everyone's going to move. He's such a smart player. But otherwise, it was pretty standard what you would expect from the game, and hopefully the score sheet reflects. You could look at that score sheet and tell exactly how the game went.
I don't have the score sheet, and there were no notes on it. But Katie's got it, I think.
Just talking about how we have we just marked forced out, tagged out, caught out, so you can see how the game went.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's no notes on the score sheet. On that note, remind your scorekeepers to make notes of a play if you want people to talk about it on the podcast. Go ahead, Carter.
Here's Aaron.
E2 also refed this game. That's me. Aaron squared E2. You like it. Really what I saw was KTC had a slightly better defense than Redlegs. It seemed like Redlegs left a lot of people on base, or they just couldn't string base runners together. So there was one error in infield that gave KTC a couple of runs. But overall, there was one point where I talked to James Finley and I was like, "You guys are totally in this," and he's like, "It's 9-0, Aaron."
So you think
Boo to me.
Shut up, Chris.
is this game closer than the 9-3 score indicates, or right about right? Or was Redlegs just a couple line drives away from
I feel like Red Legs was just like one error away from shutting KTC down and having that score be closer. Yeah. And then also huge shout out to Troy Pomeroy. That guy, and he can actually shotgun a beer faster than he can run to first base. And maybe even faster than like Finley could run to first base. So that's years of practice. Great dad bod there, and it was a fun game to ref. Absolutely pissed off both teams, so go reffing. But everyone was really, really cool about it.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a fun game to ref.
This brings up a revisit of a discussion question we had earlier. Does KTC have the best outfield in the league? Between Turtle and the McKee.
Who's your right fielder? Who's KTC's right fielder?
Is Turtle's playing right field, no?
Who's playing right field?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen this iteration of KTC, so I'm not going to...
Anyone out there can confirm what the outfield is for KTC?
Yeah, I saw him against the D-holes. I don't know. I'm going to hold my judgment in reserve here.
Yeah, we definitely talked. You guys all talked about this in a second or third podcast that they may or may not have the best outfield in the league. So
they're definitely in the running.
Oh, yeah. for sure, easily.
By the way, kind of funny there with the scores here. You got KTC and Muddy Waters, two teams that were in the 2019 Cup final, going against the first debutantes or first timers in the ones. Exact same score. You had Muddy Waters against Johnny's Tavern, 9-3. You got KTC versus Red Legs, 9-3. A little odd.
Yeah. By the way, who called Johnny's in the ones out of everybody in the first podcast?
Katie.
Yeah, look at your other picks. You're last place in the preseason podcast.
I don't care about that.
Clearly you do not, because your picks were like, what the hell are you talking about, Katie?
As long as everyone's scoring runs,
the Jazz has the 5. What the hell was wrong with you there, Katie?
All right, next up, we had YSC 5 at 7 o'clock, 23rd Street Wash Posh. That's Chris Neverby booing for everybody listening.
Big birthday energy.
Happy early birthday, Chris.
Someone put a buzz line, Mr. Neverby.
Nicole Flanders sent me some notes on...
Mr. Kevin's up to the mic.
Shut up, Chris. Here's Kevin Frost from...
What do you got, Kevin?
Ask away. Sean can join, too. What questions do you have? Score says it all.
Just speak.
No, it was a fun game.
Were you as quick as the frog did?
Shortest recap ever.
Shut up, Chris.
No, look, I'm not the story of the game. Our defense is the story of the game, and our inability to score any runs or string any runs together. But no, it was fun. I had fun. Did you have fun?
I think there's some online notes about this one.
It was, the most fun I had was watching Freed run to first in 8-bit because his arms never move when he moves. About every third step, they make half of a swish. So he just reminds me of Mario, and that made my day. Other than that, like I said, it was a fun
Freed
game.
has the best run in KVKL, easily.
The Screamers played really well. They bunted all day long.
They complained that all we did was bunt.
They complained that all we did was bunt, while all they did was bunt, but they did it successfully, so more power to them. They look good. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the fives. There's nothing wrong with bunting.
Kickball, not bunt ball.
I mean, hey, it's a very simple and to the point tactic. If you can't stop it, then it's your fault. We couldn't stop it. They exploited it. More power to them. They played really well all around, played well defensively. They had a lot of fun, and I can say that Aaron definitely provided all the fireball for everybody.
And Sean bought shots for all of us, so thank you, Sean.
You have notes?
Nicole Flanders sent me some notes on this real quick. She said that David Chipley is a badass. He has great play on D, and also, David, if you're listening, you make great play on D.
He's the Paul Rudd of KVKL. He doesn't age.
Yeah, and that he killed at kicking. He said that there were several great catches by the ladies on both squads. Posh kept fighting hard with encouragement from Aaron Adams. And she also said that Aaron Garger has endless energy, which wins the award for most obvious note of the week.
Duh.
Aaron, do you have something?
Yeah, I just so seeing Pashawash in the fives is unheard of.
Yeah.
Honestly, so we were like, okay, they're a really top tier team. This is going to be a challenging game. We're excited to go out there, and David absolutely we need David Shipley in order to win games.
Yeah.
We didn't have him in the prior week, and we were going to beat KTC. We were, if we would have had David Shipley. But
well, you might get that rematch in the tournament. So.
No, but we had a couple of good pickups this year, so thanks to Simon and Betsy for Carly and Austin. They're a new power couple on our team, so Carly is phenomenal. She grabbed almost all of our lady defensive plays. Ashley is just amazing. So big shout out to our ladies, as Nicole mentioned, and big shout out to my co-captain David. And we finally he understands let the girls play, so I'm going to count that as a win for myself, coaching him throughout the last 4 years.
Right.
I'm super excited about being in the fives this year, especially because I get to play my rejects. Ghosts haven't played Screamers in 3 years.
Oh,
and the last time we played, you guys kicked our fucking ass.
I think there's going to be a lot of good games in the fives.
Yeah, and I'm super stoked about just how again, like, more ladies, like every time someone comes up, it's more ladies that are involved with each game for sure.
It's kind of ironic. 23rd Street and Ghosts both have really good D, and yet the game's all about the ladies.
Yeah. Also, the funny thing, and I don't know that Sean will be happy about my next statement, but the one thing that we said at the end of our huddle game this past week was that we had to watch out for Poshwash. And then I found out that Screamers beat Poshwash. So I'm looking forward to our matchup for sure, because I think it's going to be a really, really tough matchup for sure.
Thanks, Aaron, for bringing me a drink. I'm parched. All right, next up, we had YSC 6 at 5 o'clock. Honey Badgers controls the D-holes 16-6.
Holy shit.
10 spot.
16-6, my God.
Yeah. And
I took some
Honey
Badgers here tonight?
I took some shit from Kenny about this at Game of the Week, although I picked them to finish second in the division, I think, because they just put on a clinic here. I really think early showing, I think Honey Badgers is just too young for the other teams in the twos.
They're pretty fast.
Yeah.
We played them, and I will like to remind everybody that we held them to 9-1. The Ghost did. But no, Honey Badgers is nothing to fuck with for sure. They don't give a fuck.
Hey,
they just keep running and running and running, all of them, ladies as well. Mm-hmm.
And Marisa from Kickball says, what happened in the game? You refed.
Yeah, so I repped it, and it really just looked like, there were a lot of little errors that I wasn't used to seeing D-holes actually have. It was like a ball would be, right, between rover and shortstop, and it was just like they're having trouble getting to it. Or I'm only up here because I didn't see. Okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm only up here because I didn't see Alex. But there were just like little minor things. Like once Ari got on first, it was like they started actually getting throws, and it was good. She played first for a little bit, and then things kind of started to come together. There were a lot of runs that D-holes got, but really, the Badgers, they were just. Aaron was throwing perfect pitches the entire time. And everyone was like, oh, I should have taken that first one, I'm sorry. But then he would just roll another perfect pitch because he trusts his defense so well. And, they just kept going and going and going. They were bunting the entire time. They never let up from that. But it's ranked play, so it's important. So.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to be able to pitch perfect pitches every time and just let your defense kind of take over.
Yep, trust your defense. Them's the way the balls roll.
And I know that we're going to have like a little ref spew at some point, but I do want to say that at one point, both teams stopped and were like, what the hell is going on? And I'm head ref, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we have no third base ref. And they were just gone. I was like, wait, what the luckily, I had 4 people there, so one of my guys starts running over to third to ref that, and then I'm asking scorekeeper, I'm like, where's your husband? And
there's plenty of people out there that will fill in if you have to pee. Don't walk away.
Yeah.
Find somebody before you leave.
To third base's defense, he thought it was they were switching innings, and so he was going to go grab a beer. And I was like, dude, let me know next time.
Yeah, you just you got a tag team for anybody listening. Yeah. Sonia had some notes on this. Sonia from Brutang, she said that Honey Badgers are playing great, have amazing team chemistry. We repped their first game, and then this game, we definitely noticed how much they've improved and how well their team worked together, which also, sounds like Marisa's doubling down on that. She said they're going to be a major force to be reckoned with. Their ladies were on point, Lacey was a game changer, and Val killed it too. All their guys played with great energy too. Sean, do you have something on this?
Two things. I believe last week I was the only one that picked the Honey Badgers to win that game.
You were.
Two, I did get a message from Kenny. He had 3 points. The first point was fuck Michigan. The second point was fuck Wolverines. And the third one was fuck Cougar. He just wanted to say Honey Badgers don't give a shit.
Love you, Kenny.
Just a reminder.
All right, Hammond had some detailed notes on this. I'm just going to try to run through them here. He said that Sam played well while not feeling well. He had a diving catch in and out of his hands that led to a home run, but that he caught the next one just like it. Also, he got on twice while feeling like the quote-unquote exhumed corpse of Stephen Hawking. He said that Dave's bunt game was unstoppable. I can second this. He said he's one of the best pure bunters in the league because of accuracy and touch. It's not all about speed. I think when you get to, if you're playing like Muddy or KTC, maybe one of those teams, it's tough, but otherwise on point. He also wanted a special shout out for AJ. He said he's done a great job for them all year. He's rarely talked about. I don't think we've talked about him ever, but he said he's always on base, solid place kicker, and he's starting to grasp the finer points, and that he drops nothing, which sounds like a challenge to me.
Yeah, it does.
I'm kicking it right at you, AJ. Ditto Bickle. Bickle catches everything, assuming he's paying attention.
And not sleeping and lying down in the outfield.
No, he only sleeps when he refs, or it just looks like it. He said that Kelsey kicked 1,000. Amber was on all but once. Ari with solid kicks as always, but they kind of were hanging her up because she kept on coming up with 2 outs. He said that Megan had some great grabs at second. Mentioned that there was a Emily Lundberg sighting. She came to play for the first time in 3+ years.
Nice.
Since Bernie is done for the season, sadly. So plus and minus there, I guess.
Did the babe make it out as well? Was it a family affair?
It wasn't in his notes. Said that Ari is a great first baseman. They're probably better with her there. I think I'd second that after seeing her play first base in some of the charity tournaments we've been to.
Yep.
Dodgeball veteran.
Not to be outdone, Alex was 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, which led me to think like the only other game I saw them play, he was the only person to get an extra base kick the entire game. So I think from now on, I'm just going to call Alex Mr. Extra Base Kick. He said that the team kept kicking into the teeth of the defense, and that was part of the problem. Lots of bobbles and drops on infield defense. So basically, they gave too many outs away.
Yeah. Well, again, shout out to the ladies, though. A lot of lady notes in that game for sure.
More shots.
Yeah,
oh, Lord. More shots are coming.
Oh, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
You're a sweetheart.
I don't like this.
Fireball.
I'm in this. Make sure Cougar drinks his.
2 fireball shots. Lucky
Aaron's
man.
bringing shots and taking one with us. All
Cheers,
right.
everyone.
Why?
Cheers.
Why fireball?
Cheers,
Why,
Cougar.
Aaron?
Have
Yeah.
a good drive
Why
home this
fucking
evening.
why?
Poshwash
My
and
couch is
23rd Street
available
bringing the
if you're
shot
needing
game
somewhere to
tonight.
stay
I
tonight.
hate fireball.
It's a very comfortable couch.
God.
All right, part of my problem is I'll drink anything you put in front of me.
Hot damn.
Touche.
Next up, YSC 6 at 7 o'clock. Kicking assets, Gang Bang Brutang, 11-7. I rep this game, but Marisa played in it, so why don't you take us away here?
Gang bang time. Well, all I gotta say is sleep with us, not on us, because we fucking killed it. And one of our kids even came to the game with hickeys on his neck, so he's already getting laid. So
You love to see it.
I would argue he's killing it.
yeah. No, I guess he's actually not getting laid. Maybe just a vampire sucked on his neck. I don't know. But no, this game took us a little bit to actually get on base because we were the away team, and we didn't really know how we were testing out their catcher and third baseman and first baseman, and what we figured out late in the game, because I think until like the 5th, it was 2-3 Brutang, and nothing was happening. It was 3 up, 3 down for multiple innings. But
on both sides, really.
Yeah, and so on both sides, yes, their defense was just awesome. But we found out if we just kick it up first, their first baseman goes off of first to get it, and no one's covering first, and that's how we started getting on. And then we just kind of kept that momentum, and our outfielders, I think Ethan, my right fielder, he just had one ball that he just kind of slipped past him. But after that, my outfielders caught every fucking thing out to them. And kudos to Tristan. He got our 2 very last out in the 9th. So we
both on crazy diving catches.
My gosh. I'm pretty sure.
I was worried he got a concussion.
Yeah, no, my third baseman, Aaron, would say that Tristan was actually playing with his dick on the line, being the line of the grass and the sand, and was like, I have no idea how he did the splits and caught that. But, I mean, the first catch that he got was between him and left field. It was diving, sliding, rock star catch. And then in the last one that was our third out, it finished the entire game, it was between him and right field, and it just was crazy. I'm surprised he didn't get a concussion the way he got it. So
yeah, I couldn't believe Tristan got to that last out of the game. There are only like a few players in the league that can do that. Also kicked great, and also Aaron in the audience played dynamite at third base, kicked great, ran great, and he popped a blood vessel in his arm because somebody on Brutang kicked the ball so fucking hard at him.
Yeah, apparently we don't need to talk shit to this team because they also, I think what Tristan said was, I'm pretty sure I saw Marisa shit a ball because I saw a ball going right to her stomach, I heard a noise, and then the ball just came out from behind her. And I was like, yeah, that fucking hurt. I did miss that. But I did make a double play at pitcher where someone kicked it, I dove down and I got it, and then I threw it to first, double play. That was pretty awesome. So it's really good momentum. Right now, my group chat with the team, they're just fucking on fire. I mean, they are ready. They're like, let's play fucking Sunday. Who cares if there's no game? Let's just fucking play. We're ready to go. Let's go. And I'm like, yes, this is what we needed. This is the momentum we needed to build on. So looking forward to playing you.
So I was going to say, so Marisa, as a Diana Plate winner, not myself, I would argue that in my first podcast, and because I've played Friday nights against Brutang for years, and I've been wanting them to be in our league for a long time. I'm very excited that they're in the 5s as a first-year team. Would you argue that maybe they might be able to make a run to the Diana Plate as opposed to just the boot as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've played with them. There's like 3 or 4 of them that I played City League with as well.
Sure.
And so I already knew like kind of what they have. The thing that they do that might be an issue is, especially because they might go up against girls who are going to go over them, is they're still used to red ball play where the outfield comes in, like they're basically, all their players are on the infield.
Yeah,
like,
and when you come in too far, you're creating too much space between the outfielders.
There's definitely a difference between our Friday night big ball game and our small ball game, which we talked about before they started playing this year, but their team chemistry is nothing to fuck with.
No, God,
pun intended. Because they've all been playing with each other for years with every other sport that's going on in town, and they definitely know how to play as a team for sure.
They got some ballers. Their third baseman is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
First baseman, fantastic. They have some people can really fucking kick the ball. I mean, this game was tied going into the top of the 9th, wasn't it?
Yep.
Then you guys put on 4, and they were ahead for most of the game. They did fantastic, I thought.
Yeah,
I was really impressed.
We were never ahead of them until top 9.
Yeah.
We were always trailing them or tied. And, I mean, because it was fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's probably because I already forgot his name, but he knows who he is if he's listening. He was not playing because he was so hungover and was just sitting in the dugout. And I totally forgot what his name is. But he's super quick, super, super quick. I actually tried to pick him up for this 2020 game, or this 2020 year.
I'm definitely excited to meet you guys in 2 weeks, but I'm more excited to watch Brutang's run in the tournament for sure. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Also, a quick shout out to Ethan Anderson. Caught pretty much everything in right field. Kicked well. And Ethan Anderson, EA Sports, nickname for life. All right, YSC 7 at 5 o'clock. Red Lion Tavern, unsatisfactory against Shirt
I just
Factory.
got handed like 8 shots.
8-9. So instead of
by the way, that's why I played that song, Ben. That was Snowbirds by Anne Murray. And what's her nickname? Snowbirds.
Hold on to it, Rick. We're not going to talk about this game because nothing needs to be said. All of us that know anything picked Red Lion to lose, including me. So we're going to skip this. Instead, let's force Cougar to take another shot.
No.
Yeah!
No. Come on, Cougar, do it for the team.
My couch is open.
Cougar.
My couch is open.
Come on, buddy.
This is why
My couch
this is
is
why I
very
have idiots
comfortable.
for teammates over there.
Your
over in the
team
stand.
bought this for you.
I
Give
just
I
them
don't
to a
care.
solid.
Way you can sleep
They
over.
won the
care.
game for you. If you don't drink it, you're going to lose next week.
Cougar, haven't you ever heard of take one for the team?
Yeah.
You think I care? You think I give a shit with these idiots?
I'll drink
Oh
with
my
Katie and
gosh.
Lauren.
You know,
There
people
we
talk
go.
about
He touched it. You touched it. You have to drink it now. Yeah, all right.
Any subsequent
I've idiots
shots
for
will be
teammates.
refused by me.
Oh.
How did I get an extra one?
You guys
Who
will
brought
shots
these
like
up?
Joy
Somebody's
Guzzles
gonna have to
beers.
bring me a water.
Did you guys bring these up here? Where did this extra one come from?
Oh. Party
And there
foul.
it goes.
All right, before we go off the rails,
Hoopa.
Enough talk about
YSC
shots
7
from
at
idiots.
7 o'clock. Woost by a deuce over Jazz House, 9-7. We have Rick here to talk about it.
What the hell happened, Rick? What the hell
I want to
happened?
say one thing about the Happy Shirt Red Lion game. I know we're not supposed to talk about the ones because
Lauren
we don't want
Shirt
anybody
Factory,
or the
not Happy
twos
Shirt
to get
Red.
anybody. Oh, sorry, Lauren Shirt
Lauren
Factory.
Shirt- oh my
It was a really fun game. I enjoyed reffing it. I got yelled at a lot, which always makes reffing a really, really great experience. And
That means you're a good ref, Rick.
Thank you,
That's all that
sweetie. And it was really, and I couldn't believe how sloppy the game was for as good as these guys are. I mean, we're going to sit there and, people are concerned that we're making fun of the 4, the 5s, and the 6s. Well, I'm going to make fun of 2 teams in the 2s because they made so many errors. I couldn't believe it. My favorite was midway through the game, you've got a can of corn out at the plate. The catcher for the Red Lion, I'm not going to name any names, catcher for the Red Lions got a runner coming in at him. All he has to do is reach out and touch him with the ball. Instead, he heaves the ball at him and misses. Then, not to be outdone, Lawrence Shirt Factory does the exact same thing a few innings later. So that was fun, and Lawrence Shirt Factory pulled it out. And then the Jazz House played Woost, and we did not come prepared to play. Everybody showed up 5 minutes before game time, and they hung 6 runs on us in the first inning. We played well after that, but I have to teach my team how to run the bases. This game is basically on offense 2 things: get on base and then get home. Well, we got on base. If you look at the score sheet, we stranded 20 runners in that game.
Wow, I thought 13 in that first couple games
no,
was
it was
bad.
15. I thought that was horrible, but that was against Muddy. But yeah, 20 runners in this game were left on base, and we still managed to score, 7 runs? And so, so we've got work to do. The team plays with great enthusiasm. A good friend of mine say, well, you guys got a lot to do, but you're so close, and plus you're really fun to watch.
Also, I don't
that's all
care
I
how
got.
young you are. Get out there early and stretch, goddammit.
Don't stretch. Do not stretch your hamstrings before a game, please. Do not do static hamstring stretches before the game.
Wait,
Thank you.
That's the trainer. I believe her.
my mind is blown, guys. I'm sorry. But still stretch? Just
Dynamic
don't stretch your
warm-up.
hamstrings? I'm so confused. Is this why I haven't gotten hurt for years, is I don't stretch before games?
Jackie Becker sent me
This
some
is-
notes on this
is my
game.
stretch?
What Jackie said?
Yeah. So Jackie said that Wu started off the game crazy strong with 6 runs in the first inning. Then in the 5th inning, Anthony from Jazz House with the bases loaded kicked a fireball over Wu's head to the fence for a grand slam. Anthony's their best player. I'm just going to say it.
Is that Kegan a stripper?
No,
You'd have to ask her. She didn't put
no.
Kegan a stripper in the notes.
You
so.
have to announce it beforehand.
Yeah,
Katie.
she's
It
got to
doesn't
call
work
it.
that way.
Touche.
She said
Good
that
point.
Jazz House had runners on first and second in the 8th, and Dave Owens made a critical catch in the outfield, which led to a double play to keep the score tied. Dave Owens also bunted top of the 10th, and an overthrow by Jazz House got him to 3rd. Great kicking by Boggs and Dan got them up by 2. The Jazz House had a runner at first, and they kept kicking away, and they kept catching. She caught the final out, and then, quote-unquote, holy shit, Team Woos Classic beat the youthful, sassy Jazz House, which I loved. Also, she sent me a picture of their new shirts, and I thought it was great because she and I agreed that most kids would not get the reference because the font on their shirts is the VH1 Classics logo.
Oh, yes.
What logo?
I haven't seen their shirts all year.
Yeah, because they Classic 2006 first to Hobbs Park champs.
This is a perfect opportunity for me to, as a board member, which I've been really far behind on because I've had some personal shit that I've been dealing with, but if anybody is interested in buying a Ghost jersey for like $2-3 for charity, I've got a couple of tanks left. Other teams, I would love to purchase some shirts if you all are selling or making a second run. I think this is a great opportunity for us to make some charity money for the league. I think a lot of people have some great jerseys this year that people would like to buy for a couple bucks, and it'd be nice if the teams would donate it back to our charity, Burt Nash, this year.
Good plan.
Burt Nash.
Love it.
Our charity this year. Yeah.
All right, YSC 8 at 5 o'clock. Drop Stoppers, Bad Motherfucker, the Cork Suckers. 5-3.
I'm actually really surprised by this.
Why
I
so?
haven't really seen
low scoring?
stoppers this year.
I haven't either.
Why are you surprised to hear low scoring?
Opposite fields is
I thought it was going to be
I'm trying to hang
closer
out with
than it
Jana.
was. I don't know.
Closer than 2 runs?
Like extra innings?
Oh,
I
well,
thought
that's
they were a
tough
lot
to
more
predict.
even. I don't know.
You thought it'd be closer to 2 runs. Okay.
What you got, Sean?
So I got to watch about half of this game. Let's see. Great defense by the third baseman for drop stoppers.
Hey, Sean, will you you can plow into the mic. We fixed the volume problem, so.
Okay. It was 1-1 through 3.
There you are.
What was weird was it was hot, but Bryson was rocking long sleeves, no gloves. Kind of threw me off. They did come out.
Was he wearing gloves?
No gloves.
Did he
No
get
gloves.
shamed into not wearing gloves?
He was free fingering it.
Oh.
He was
Gloveless.
just finger banger in the ball.
He's just trying to go out with a bang
hell?
before he leaves.
And
Or is he
then when I
actually
did
leaving and just
leave,
fucking with us?
they did come out with 3 straight kicks and a run kicked in the top of the 4th. And then when I was leaving, they just started scoring. So that's when they kind of separated themselves away, got that lead, and never kind of looked back.
Yeah, so without looking at it, I would be willing to bet that Drop Stoppers has the smallest margin of victory or defeat of any team this season. It seems like every game they play is like 1 to 5 runs.
I'm going to look that up.
That's why I think this game was going to be closer, or I guess a lower scoring game. Is Corksuckers not as good this year as I thought they were? Or anyone? No? All right.
Sorry? Oh, okay. Next up, we had YSC 8 at 7 o'clock. Reading Rockets, Bones Home Loans. 14-13. In extras, another walk-off.
Was Home Loan scared of Sean Wilson's amazing pitching sport?
I doubt it, but yeah. Tell us about it.
Present yourself.
Mary's on the mic. Mary from Reading Rockets.
Hello. I wasn't at that game, but we did good. And Hannah wears really cute pants, and I think that's why we won. And we've lost some games, but we're always the best-looking team, and that's all I really have to say. Everyone's going to be really mad at me for this.
Hell yeah, you are, Mary. I do have to say, Reading Rockets is definitely another sleeper lady team. I refed their game 3 weeks ago, and their ladies all killed it, speaking of ladies again. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was Mary wasn't at the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the ladies actually had something to do with the Reading Rockets win over them, so to speak.
Hannah Blodgett and Kylie, I'm new to the team, so I don't know Kylie's last name right now, but they are bomb. And as a new lady on the team, I'm really looking to them to help teach me the ropes. And they dive for things, and they're amazing. Hannah and Kylie are my jam.
Two very good KVK ladies to learn the ropes from, for sure. Shout out.
Yeah, big shout out to Hannah and Kylie. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
By the way, real quick, even though with this Rockets quasi-shocking and walk-offs going against home loans, which already got shut out 3 times, I still believe that the Rockets are still a team to beat in the 6s. Even with that
I
1
agree
point
with that,
walk-off
for sure.
run. And I picked Rockets to win the 6s, by the way.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
They're the reigning champions of the 6s. They won the 6s 2 years ago. So
You're just saying that to make yourself feel better, because most of the people up here picked Rockets to finish first and Home Loans to finish last, and it took them a walk-off in the 10th to win.
I know. I still say until proven otherwise, I'm still giving respect to Rockets being the winning the Sixes until proven otherwise.
I wouldn't cut home loans out and winning a game.
Absolutely not.
No, they should definitely win a game in the Sixes for sure.
A lot of people said home loans won't win a game. They
will.
almost won a game.
They will.
First ranked
especially
game.
after this showing
It's
this
happening.
week too.
Yeah, they more than doubled their run output in this one game.
Exactly.
And actually, who was it last week that said that? I think it was Sean that said they're gonna. Maybe it was.
No,
Seth.
it was Derek. Derek said they win at least 3 games in the Sixes.
No. Somebody said that they will score more in this game than they had in all of division play, but still lose. I think it was Seth that said that. Yeah, I can't remember.
Sean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sean? Yeah.
That's definitely
Sean was on it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
Sean
much.
had the brainstorm. I think we jumped on your back, but yeah.
You're on fire. Yeah.
We had a couple notes on this one. Catcher makes a great catch. Most fun wins. Hannah Blodgett, sponsors of the home loans. Walk off with Kim. Rockets made sexy plays and got 2 RKIs and 2 catches. Kylie of the Rockets is the most sexy and won the game by doing the most.
By the way,
Also, a reminder in those notes that most fun wins.
Most
always.
fun wins. We got a second from the crowd.
Hey Ben, real quick. You mentioned about drop stopper starting to go 2 games ago. That drop stopper is the smallest
20
margin
years.
of error or
Next
margin
year.
of victory or loss. It's true because in divisional play they were +5. In ranked play it's 2. So
Right.
you are correct. Very good, Ben. Like, they had the smallest margin of either victory or defeat of all the teams.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. Go make sure statistics I have right here.
Well,
So
I was
done,
thinking
Ben.
the median, too, not just the mean, because it seems like every game they play is close.
Sure.
Because you could win by 20 and lose by 20
Sure.
and still have a 0.
That's true.
But it feels like every game they play is within 5 runs.
Yeah. So well done by you, Ben. You're absolutely right. So.
All right, next up, Hobbs Park, 7 o'clock. Triple X 2 gets castrated by Free State, 3-2.
Classic 3-2 game. I love these 3-2 games. And here is Mr. Rex, the
Thomas
second
the
most
Cane Joel.
statistic heavy Free State, but like Seth is. But Rex is great. I love him stats. What do you say, Rex?
Love you, Cougar.
Love you too, buddy.
Hi. Well, this was a really fun game. It was pretty tight on the defensive end. The score sheet shows that. We played fairly mistake-free on the defensive end. The offense was a little bit difficult for us to get going, but when we can get runners on bases, we feel like we do a good job of getting them into scoring position and taking advantage of that. So shout out to Triple X, shout out to the refs. They did a great job. I don't care what anyone says. They did a great job.
Hey, Rex, real quick.
Rex in effect.
Hey, Rex, I talked to some members of XXOXO, a.k.a. Tic-Tac-Toes. Is it
Porn
true?
spatulas.
Is it true they kind of shot themselves in the foot with self-inflicted errors, one too many? Would you say that? They said they did. I would go see what you say there, Rex. I trust you.
That was probably the deciding factor. They got in their own heads a little bit after that, which makes it difficult. When you make those errors, you have to push through it, leave it in the past, and move forward with the rest of the game. Any errors that Free State had, I honestly can't recall them because we had that mentality. So the mentality plays a big part in it.
My question is I dropped off equipment at Hobbs at 4, maybe even early, 3:45.
4 o'clock.
And there was 7 of y'all.
Yeah, Reboot
already
was there.
already
Triple
warming
X was
up,
there.
doing your shit. Does that maybe
No,
play
that
a
was
factor?
Tom's
that
team,
was
no?
What's that?
Tom's team was there at 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you were there 3 hours before or 2 hours before. No, because there was 3:45. So you were there
man.
wait. There was a handful of you there that were there early.
I don't think anyone from Free State got there.
It was way
until
before
about-
No.
Rex plays for Free State.
Triple X was there. Rex plays for Free State.
There's a lot of X's going on here.
So, hey, Katie, welcome
gonna
to
chalk it up
recognize
to
your
shots,
player on your
guys.
team.
You hate to see
Moving
Tom
on.
still injured, wrapping Game of the Week with a cane.
Kane
Oh,
also
no.
chalking those lines with the cane.
I'm
too.
worried
I
for
was
Tom.
impressed
We're
with
gonna
that.
we're gonna get there. Thank you, Rex. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
Rex. I love
Love
you,
you,
Thanks,
buddy.
Rex. Who
It's tough up.
so
It's tough up here,
graciously-
Rex. Give Katie a pass.
Shout out to Rex for being part of the revitalization of Sundays in the Park.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was great.
Yes.
I
Thank
love
you, Rex.
Absolutely one of the better Sundays in the Park articles I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was great. We had
bravo.
Thank you.
Nobody on Sundays in the Park for years.
It's been like 4 years.
And then
at
Rex
least, 3
came
years?
to the plate, and then Marcus came to the plate. It was
Ironically.
fantastic.
I didn't
Rex-
We
realize.
need more
Also,
of that.
step up if you want.
Yeah, come on by. Take your
It's
bow.
an open
Rex.
domain.
Absolutely
Write an
fantastic.
article.
Amazing.
I just have to say, since Seth is no longer writing Sundays in the Park, I figured everyone missed a loudmouth growler having stuff to say about everyone else. So
You're welcome any week you want to write, buddy. We're
Yeah,
putting that up
welcome.
there.
Welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you, Rex.
Love to see it.
I can't wait
You
to
heard it
read
here
it.
first,
Hey,
folks.
dude.
There's another
Little
article
tease.
coming from
Little
Rex
tease.
on the Sundays
All
in
right,
the
so
Park.
we're going to get
English
into it here.
version.
Hold on. I had notes from Seth Sanchez about the game. He said, good game. They turned a triple play on us, which, whoa. And overall played great defense. But here, this is a direct quote. But for a team that argued literally every single semi-close call of the game, to then bail and not provide 2 able-bodied refs for game of the week and make their captain, who was literally hobbling around on a cane, do it, was pretty weak. If you're going to talk all that shit on refs, porn spatulas, at least step up and be a rep when you're called upon. Right,
No,
so
Tom wants to be there. He
that's
wants
not
to be
all. That's not all we had. Jake Freeman sent me shit on this game too because he was there for it. He said, "Holy shit, this game was insane. Failure of runners to tag at first and second. Triple X had bases loaded with 0 outs, and Free State held them scoreless in the inning, which is the difference maker right there in a 3-2 game.
God.
Assisted by a grounder to third for a double play. There was also a controversial sac fly play where a Free State runner was called out by the home plate ump for leaving early. Neither team played well here, in my opinion. Despite this, I think both teams are the kind of teams that top seeds would rather avoid in round 2. I'm totally on board with that. Free State has a bunch of savvy vets that don't tend to beat themselves. Triple X has a ton of athletes I know I don't want to be on the other side of when the game starts to click for them. So, taking what Seth said in stride, Jake also said, porn spatulas were possibly the most egregiously shitty towards the refs of any team that I've ever had the displeasure of reffing.
Good
To
job.
be fair, it was mostly one guy, but nobody stepped forward on their team to hit him up either.
Feels bad.
Gosh damn it, tic-tac-toes. Gosh damn it.
I wonder who. So is this an argument to say that neither Reboot and Free State should be in the threes?
Not really.
Well, actually, I didn't get anything from Porn Spatulas saying that Free State was shitty towards the ref, but I got a lot of stuff from at least a couple people plus that at least one player on Triple X was bad, and basically arguing a play that happened in like the second inning for the entire game, which Jake mentioned was so bad that eventually the third base ref had to remove himself from the game and get a replacement just so that it would de-escalate the situation. And it was because that one player was still talking about in the fifth inning the play that happened in the
He
second
should have
inning.
been ejected.
We're
What the hell?
kicking rubber balls. It's a kid's game. There's no fucking instant replay. Get the fuck over it.
I agree.
Move the fuck on.
That guy should be ejected, and I would know.
Yeah,
I
as
eject the
Stacey
player.
says, kick the
I
fuck
eject
out.
the player. He should have been ejected.
The referees on the field are the third team on the field, and you keep the game under control. If someone's being an asshole, kick them the fuck out of the game.
Yeah,
Period.
as someone here real quick,
Period.
Katie, as someone who's an ejected player myself, if you have the power to eject the player, do it. Give him a
Exactly.
warning. They do it again, get him out.
Stand
I've
by
done it
your
before.
calls and stand
Refs
by the way you
have
feel
the
about it.
Tesla forward to eject the player if they need to. Come
I
on.
have mixed feelings
Not
about this.
pissed. I'm legitimately pissed.
Because
I've walked away from games because people bitched at me, and I wish I ejected
well,
them
look,
instead.
my mixed feelings come from this. So Jake also said if I were to give some advice to Triple X, it would be to focus less on disparaging the refs and more on not popping out over and over again, which is right down my alley because
Just play
Thank
the
you.
game.
115. Thanks, Marisa. Because we could, I don't give a shit what somebody says to me, and if they're yelling at me for 5 innings, then they're not in the game, right? And there are certain
Control your
players in this game,
peoples.
like, I know it's a controversial topic, but there are certain players who feel like no matter what happens on the field, while they're on the field, it's on the field, and it's all competition. And then once they get off, it's fine. And I'm not that way, but I can see the argument, and I really don't give a shit what anybody says to me. So I guess the question is, should you be nicer to the refs, or should the refs care less?
Maybe
Nicer
frame
to the refs,
obviously.
Nicer to the refs.
Maybe frame it this
dumb
way:
question.
we would
Nicer to the
not
refs.
make any money for charity if we didn't ref each other. So
Exactly.
you just got to keep that in mind.
There'd be no games if we didn't ref each other, right? And again, there's no instant replay in our KVK
No, there isn't.
league.
And real
So
quick,
get over it and
I agree.
move on.
And real quick, here's the thing. And these three are here.
We're not paid. We're not professionals.
Hey,
I'm just
None
going to
of-
start
none of us are
talking because
amateurs
I have a
either.
question. I was specifically told that we would have a ref segment, and I feel like we're talking about refs outside of that segment. So was I informed wrong, Benjamin Hutnick?
What's that?
Are we on the ref segment? Or
We're in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit. I thought we were still talking about games.
No, we're
No,
talking
we're
about
not
this
rest
now.
segment,
We're
Marisa.
here now.
Gosh. I was going to say something,
We
but
got
I got
there.
interrupted.
I was just trying to tell you guys to come on. Let's go. Let's keep going with the games. But
Guys.
if you're done with all the game talk, then that's fine. I must have missed it. So sorry.
Well,
No, we still have one more to get to. We're fine. And before, I'm sorry, but Kristen, before you talk, and on that note of our ref segment, we still have the ref test online. So please go to our website and take the ref test so you can take a couple of ideas about things that are happening and how to learn, read the fucking rules.
You know, there's a shortcoming
Just
here,
read
though,
the rules.
because
it's a long read, but read the rules.
we don't have a question in the rep test about not being a dick.
There is a
Okay.
question in the ref test that is wrong. Is that correct? I think there's a wrong answer question in there. If you find it and email me, I'll give $50 to charity.
Whoa! $50, you heard it, for the wrong question on the ref test. Everyone take the ref test and pick the wrong question. Kristen.
Who cares? So Kristen, go
I
ahead.
was just going to point out, like, you sound very cowboy and very cavalier when you're like, oh, yeah, I don't care what anyone says. But, like, you're one of probably 500 people in the league, probably one of 50 that ref regularly. And it's one of those things, like, I am not that cavalier. Like, it's like that fight or flight thing comes on, and it's like if someone's a dick to you, you're going to be like, okay, I don't shit talk well. I go from, okay, you're being a dick to me, to I'm going to insult every poor judgment you've ever made that I've heard about you in the rumor mill, and then I'm going to kick you out of the game. And it's like, oh, that's not cool either. So I think it's also, why do we have a code of conduct? If we have a code of conduct, we need to hold people accountable to that. Like, here's our standard, and it's like, the easiest thing to do is like, well, you're not the captain, shut up. Like, I mean, it's the easiest thing.
No,
but
that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I put a cap on this real quick?
No, I will have the last word. I want the last word on it, but go ahead, Ben. Go ahead. I want the last word.
Okay.
I've got some words.
Everyone go and get their...
Well, my third to last word is I try to go to bat for people of your personality, but if your name starts with a B and ends with a Renton, then maybe listen to the majority vote.
Okay.
My penultimate words are that there is a laminated copy of the rules and the code of conduct in the clipboard. Take a second if you need to. Aaron Adams and I had to do this just to prove a point. We stopped for a minute, looked at the rules, showed the rules to the captain, and moved on.
Aaron, go ahead.
I can see that Cougar is fuming, and I couldn't hear
Really?
anything that was being said up until I heard something about the rules on the score sheet. They've always been there. The ref test was not enforced this year. The ref test hasn't changed in 5 years. It's been the same test since it got put out in the first place. It needs to be updated. Maybe you've added a few questions, but it hasn't really been changed. There are a few things on the ref test that needs to be updated. In the future, in the off season, Katie Keating and I have a handshake agreement to get some ref videos posted on the YouTube page. Just gonna take it on and fucking do it. And Cougar, if you want to be there, you can. But we need to make sure that the rules are followed that are written currently, and not what's the word? Expunged on. I read it this way and I read it this way, so I'm gonna do this, even though it's not written that way. And you're pursing your lips like you're gonna flip the table, so I'll let you go.
All right, I will have the last word. Everyone, shut up. I'm going to be less diplomatic than any of you people there. As a captain here, I will say that I've read like every game by choice, okay? As a captain, you're basically should be the voice reason. If you have any players basically keep, yammering and going on about the call for the next few innings, You tell the player to shut the fuck up. Seriously, okay? I am not picking on Tom, and XXOXO. If it's going over several innings, you can put that tournament like, if you go any further about this, either shut up, I want to bench you, I'm going to kick you off the team in the middle of the fucking game. Enough of this shit. Enough. Seriously. And for those refs in that game, you should have kicked that player out. Fifthly, if he goes on, warning, get him out. Have the gumption to do it.
We made Cougar mad when we turned the feedback all the way down. It was still going red. Also, Aaron and Katie, I think that's a fantastic idea about the ref videos. I have 5 words for you to get more views. Refs in bikinis and Speedos.
I'm up here.
All right, moving on.
We're moving on.
Hobbs Park, 9:15-ish. Game of the week.
No. Go back. No. We're done.
Love Garden, carefree over JDE.
Wow.
Sensually.
Fucking bully.
We're done. We're moving on.
What a great game.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I am really impressed with Love Garden's legs. That's what I'll say about this. I have a quick
ladies.
Yeah, and their ladies. Oh, God. Ladies for both teams.
Ladies.
That pitcher for JDE, I don't know her name, but oh, my God.
That defense was phenomenal.
Yeah. So, quick notes. Jake Friedman said he thought their third baseman, Skyler, definitely deserved a shout-out. I totally fucking agree. He made 3 catches in that game that I don't know how he got them. Tyler, their captain.
Superman side diving catch.
Yeah, it's nutty.
Jesus.
Tyler, their starting captain and starting pitcher, was out of town for the game, so they knew they were going to have Spencer pitch. They had a different plan for third, but a no-call, no-show meant that 5 minutes prior to the game, Skyler got the nod to start at third. But he held it down and made 3 spectacular catches that definitely lifted them up.
He's easily their third baseman the rest of the season, obviously. He's earned that spot.
Well, look, here's the argument. He made 3 spectacular catches. Spencer has a better arm.
Yeah, but Spencer showed up late.
Yeah, it's not the regular pitcher,
He earned that spot.
Yeah.
He earned that spot.
Maybe this is just like fodder for Love Garden. Think about it. I hope it confuses you so it fucks you up.
Touche, Spencer. Touche.
Next note, Bryson, quote unquote, Filer, I can't help but notice your multiple mistakes during game of the week. Sounds like the pressure of Cal saying you were the best first baseman in the league got to your head. Tune in week 9 game of the week for some tips. That's all I had.
Put your gloves back on, Bryson.
It's really fun to watch.
What's that?
It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was really good. Also, shout out to Alex Hammond, who made a funny comment on the poll for who should get game of the week for the first game of the week we set a poll for. Because he said, look, JDE, starting out strong, fading late. That's exactly what happened in this game.
Yeah, he was right. Yeah.
I feel really bad saying this, but it was definitely comedy watching Avery play this entire game.
Yeah, and
the downfall of Avery from second inning to seventh inning was interesting to watch for sure.
There was a little bit of it all over the place. Keith, I love Keith, and he's a fucking fantastic player. But when he turned around and threw the ball blindly into left field when nobody was there.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Somebody should have been there.
And that was basically just like the fuck you from Love Garden for leaving our team, I think.
Battle of the X's.
I think we should have some more of the ref discussion because it looks like the crowd's coming to blows. All right, if I did my homework right, then that's all the notes I had. So I think we can move on to discussion questions.
Let's go.
All right, I got one. So I got them going down the line. So from rank 1 through 3, it's a either or. More surprising, Harpies over Post House or Woost over Jazz House. Cougar?
I will say Harpies over Post House. And the reason why I say that, and looking back there, is that with Jazz House, I hate to be disparaging on Jazz House. By the way, 926 Happy Massachusetts. Come on down every Tuesday for the podcast. There's my spot. When you rely on these kids there, and it's like with all this youth, to pull your eggs back with only youth to carry you through, that's a dangerous formula. If things don't go well, things will not go well. And or if they're not into the game, or like they're late, or like 5 minutes showing up for the game, like Rick said, she wouldn't be that surprised. So to me, it's Harpies over Post House because with Jazz House, you really can't rely on youth too much. Otherwise, it's going to burn you in the end. So,
Lauren?
Same. Had I known Simon or remembered that Simon and Betsy were going to be gone, maybe that would affect my opinion.
Yep.
But still, most surprised. Woost, I know, is a really good team. They've got a lot of veterans, so that doesn't really surprise me at all.
Or I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say it was Woost over Jazz House, just based on if you average where we picked Harpies to finish when we had the panel versus where everybody picked Woost to finish.
That's true.
I still think it's Woost. I mean, based on the teams that they played, it surprised the fuck out of me. So kudos to Woost. I thought it was
agree.
A great
Kudos
victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Katie, you want in on this?
I do, but I might cough it out. I actually
You did this, Sean.
I'm sorry, Rick, but I think y'all are overrated.
No, I'll say right now, they're overrated. I'm done with Jazz House. My confidence is gone. It's gone.
Considering our game was supposed to be like 9-8 or whatever it was, I
got the final score.
I'd like to see you guys step up in your rank pool right now. So,
real quick, the final score was 12-5. It was 12-5 there, Katie. So, but still, it was.
No. Ghost had 7. It was tied going. It was tied going
Ghost
in
and
late.
Jazz House. I'm talking Ghost and Jazz House.
That's incorrect.
No, that's not right. Okay, hang on. Sorry.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it was 12-5. It was 12-5. Yeah, it was.
No, I disagree with both of you, even though you played in the game, Katie.
Talking about? Yeah, it was.
All right, so from the 4 to 6 seeds, more surprising, Asteroid Head forfeits to the Fees, which incidentally has huge playoff implications for the Fees. Or Home Loans more than doubling their runs scored in division play and only losing to the presumptive favorite Rockets by 1 in 10 innings.
Which is more surprising? I would say Home Loans.
Yeah.
And the reason why with Asteroid Head is that we talked about it before. Is like people are like, why aren't they doing better with all this talent there? Because they're so inconsistent. And unfortunately, like showing up, that's part of it. That's part of it, Ben. It's like they're too inconsistent, up and down. Yeah, they do great and do like surprise people and have a really good win, but they play that condition and kind of like, and basically, and they'll make fun of my scooch to pooch, you know. But with Asteroid Heads, like they're too inconsistent to do that. So, yeah, Home Loans like getting doubled up there against the Rockets. Again, Rockets are the defending sixes. And double up the runs there. It's got to be Home Loans.
Missing that bet.
Got to be.
Can you repeat the question? Which is more surprising, Rockets over Home Loans?
Or Asteroid Head forfeiting against late fees. For me, it's Home Loans.
Yeah, what'd you have, Lauren?
I saw Hookah House and Asteroid Head play a really close game. And also I know that Home Loans will win a game. So that's a tough one. I think we knew that Asteroid Head was going to forfeit, right? Didn't we know they were down players last week?
I didn't, but I just figured that they might have problems with it.
Okay, I thought somebody knew that. Guess I'll go with the Asteroid Head was more surprising.
Yeah, because we haven't had a team forfeit in a while, so it's still surprising even if we thought Asteroid Head might struggle. I mean,
That's why I asked that question earlier, because I don't remember a regular season forfeit happening in the last, 5 years.
But the first round they played in the tournament, the last tournament, they played 8 against Shirt Factory, and they only lost 10-2 or something like that.
Well, sure,
with
they were
8 people.
They were pacing themselves still.
So I guess I'm on Home Loans here because I'm with Cougar. I kind of expected Asteroid Head to struggle at some point. Well, one of those is for me.
It's
next
on
up,
record that I would refuse any subsequent shots that were brought to me.
Are you turning it down?
No, I'm done, Sean.
All right, so
no.
Side note.
Are you selling them for charity?
So
Lauren's selling a fireball shot, $3 for charity. Anyone? No?
All right. So related question. Least surprising thing that happened last week. Red Lion loses to Shirt Factory. Or Brenton gives the refs shit.
Who gives the refs shit?
Brenton from Triple X.
Definitely Brenton. Not surprised at all.
Least surprising?
No.
I have definitely kicked Brenton out of the league many times in the last few years for some bullshit he's pulled. Love you, dude, but you're an asshole on the fucking field.
All right. Well, I'm voting for Lion, but Brenton, keep it under control. All right. Next discussion question. Where did the Joyrider go after his joyride since he didn't get caught by the cops?
Apparently,
Was he
this
in the
guy
stands?
lives at like
Are we really talking about
17th
this?
in
Really?
Louisiana, so he went the fuck home.
Oh, jeez. Are we really
I
talking
thought
about
he was
this?
in the stands the whole time, so.
Yeah, that was my thought, too. It's like, why not just blend in with the crowd at the game of the week? Huh?
That might have happened. I rolled up to Game of the Week and was like, all right, I guess I got to talk to some cops now. So I'm glad that didn't have to happen.
Right. My the discussion question I didn't ask was whose butthole got clenched when they saw cops at the game of the week when they pulled up.
Mine did. I immediately called you. Was like, the fuck are these cops doing here right now?
Cougar, where did the Joyrider go?
I don't care.
Cougar doesn't
what
care.
kind of question is it? Are we really talking about this, really?
That's a very demure answer because the
Really?
answer is the Joyrider was Cougar.
I can't really talk about this question. Oh, my gosh.
Cougar, you got some questions too, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to bring a little almost sanity to this the discussion questions, guys. Thanks. Okay. Which current team in the KVKL is historically the best team ever to never win it all? It is not kicking ass, Marisa. Shut up. It's not Marisa. It's not kicking assets. Best current KVKL team historically ever to never win it all. Matthew?
Lion.
Argument is Lion. I think it's Red Lion. And the reason why I say that because as an England fan, Germany finally beat England, but England hasn't won anything since 1966. So I'm talking about teams who are great historically, not just talking about currently, historically, never won it all. And there's several candidates. Red Lion's a great candidate, of course, there, Ben, but we won't get to you because that's your bias and all that.
We don't all have a Cougar memory. Who are some other candidates?
Other candidates, you could say JDE. You could say Hearthstone D-Holes. And even though recently, only 4 in the last 5 years, you can say Red Legs, as far as best team historically, never win it all. And I think those are pretty good candidates. Unless someone can think of better teams currently in the league who could be in that conversation.
Well, based on results from last week, you could say Lady Bird or Johnny's.
Yeah, I guess the historically comment kind of
the problem
tilts
they
it.
never made the quarterfinals. So can you really say that?
Well,
or Johnny's
according to the lore of my team, Johnny's, we only lost to Muddy last season because of Shane's bunt that Michael fucked up the play. So, Battle of the X's content. Shane defected from Muddy and apparently won that game. So maybe Johnny's.
Yeah. Also, side note, kudos Shane and fuck you, Michael.
I love you both.
I don't. It's tough. I think it's either D-Holes or Lion in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Cougar?
By default, I guess it's a Red Lion. I mean, like I said, it's a Final Four, 4 straight times, and runners up two years in a row. I mean, that's hard to beat there. I mean, I can make an argument for Hertz, but they've only made the quarterfinals maybe once or twice.
No love
they
for
won
the
the Twain, but you've won the Twain. Yeah, the Red Lions won the Twain. So
yeah,
I would say I mean it's hard to beat a Red Lion there. Tell us why it's not kicking assets.
No love for the Brewballers here.
Please don't say kicking assets. Please be sane. Always try to be.
No, I was just going to say in the next 30, I mean, as much as I love talking about the best teams that would never lose, we've got 30 minutes until it's been 2 hours, and I'm wondering what Ben's battery life is and if we're going to get to the games for next week or next 2 weeks, whatever that is, after this one. That actually includes us not rushing through the last 4, 5s, and 6s. So.
I think we're okay. And we're about there.
And I never got to say my ref comment thing because you guys were talking about it in a segment that wasn't the ref segment.
Oh,
and
no,
then
no.
it was the ref segment, so I still didn't get to say my shit.
Go ahead.
Well, now I feel like a dick because I'm trying to rush you along. So, but it does go and play with giving shit to the lower seeds. I talked to my team, and we are in consensus, and as well as the other team that we played with, Bruting. So we were left with 2 people from a number 2 seed. We were left with 2 people doing first base, and let's say 1 person doing first base, 1 person doing book, who have never reffed before.
Oh God.
Never reffed before
First
on the
base?
first and there was a hiccup with the score sheet because the person just didn't flip the score sheet over whenever the inning happened, which was fine, but this guy was completely obliterated drunk. And so he also wasn't taking notes of who was coming up to play. So like he had no idea. There was no shadow ref there was nothing, and I kind of felt like we were shit on by a number 2 seed to give us some shitty refs on such an important game. And the only reason I feel like that is because whenever I told the Badgers that I was like, hey guys, so I'm reffing your game with Bruting, they said, oh shit, Bruting doesn't know anything, so you better be our head ref because we can't have shitty refs for our game. It's an important game. And then they gave us people who have never reffed before, so I felt like we were let down by one of my favorite teams, and it kind of sucked. So do better.
I 100% agree. Thank you, Marisa. I'm sorry I cut you off there. I really am there. And I said this last week to the captains, like, people, keep your rotation tight as far as the refs, okay? It's your job as a captain. Yeah, it sucks there with the responsibility, but it is your responsibility to put competent refs. Put 2 first-timers, 1 in the book, 1 first base. Whoever team is, you should basically get whooped right now. I don't care if you're 2. Shame on you.
Well, I will say that the first base ref from Honey Badgers was actually really good. For his first time reffing, he did great. I couldn't pick out a single call that he missed except for what probably would have been a tough interference call at first for most teams, where the first baseman clearly interfered with the runner. But it's just a tough call. You don't. I mean, if you haven't played a lot, you don't know.
But you don't put in the first base ref. That's why you don't put in there.
Right. Was that Bailey? I think Bailey got held up by the first baseman. But it's just, you don't know.
Yeah, but I'd also say that, like, this is what I've been arguing since I joined the board, is that the 4 refs on the team or on the field are the 3rd team on the field. You all need to be watching all plays. You need to be talking about who's going to be watching tag-ups, who's going to be watching the foul lines. I mean, meet with each other before the game starts and talk about what you know how to do and what you don't know how to do, and help each other out.
On the clipboard is a laminated guide to being a ref.
I worked very hard on those.
Says what you should look for. Do consult it.
They're laminated, goddammit, so they're obviously important.
I do want to make note that whenever my guy was on first base, Bailey, and first baseman was there, I saw that my guy was on the orange base, standing like on the very edge, because the first baseman was on the orange bag with him, standing there. And I said, what the fuck is going on? And I look over at the first baseman, and he just kind of shakes his head. And then I look over at, what's going on at home, and it's Dover from D-Holes, which I'm like, all right, I think that's his last name. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
Chris Dover.
Yes, and he was the head ref, and I was like, I tried to call it. I was like, what? There should be some encroachment here. And then I was like, you know what? They're a new team. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Fuck it.
Wrong answer, Dover. Absolutely 100% wrong answer.
No, Dover didn't say that. I said that. I tried to fight it for a second, and it was like I was yelling from first base, because I was first base ref. I was yelling from first base up there, like, what the fuck was this shit? And then, obviously, the first baseman, he didn't know, which you think he would know from playing City League, and that's the same rule in City League as it is here. And so I was like, that shouldn't be a thing. But also, you know what? They're here. They're reffing. This isn't going to be why we lose, even though we were tied at that point.
Yeah.
And
it could have been, but this is Cougar. This is not on Dover because the ball was in a different spot. So from home, he shouldn't have been looking over there anyway. And he had enough to deal with.
Okay, fine. But don't put a first base timer. Put a first base. Whose decision is that?
So whenever I was reffing the game before, D-Holes and Badgers, I told both teams, hey, I'm going to have a new guy reffing on first, but we're going to have him shadow ref with our other guy. And I made sure both teams were okay with that. And so, because he was there to be watched, I was like, just so you guys know, I know it's a top-tier team, you guys will have a new ref on first, but he's going to be being shadowed by one who actually knows what to do, and it was perfect.
Yeah. So I guess the note here probably is, Honey Badgers, thank you for providing refs. First base ref, you did great. Scorekeeper, thank you for volunteering, even though you were a fucking fall-down drunk. But next time, if it's their first time reffing in rank play, maybe let them shadow somebody so that we can make sure we get all the calls right. Pay attention.
I just have one last note to make about reffing because I've been noticing this a lot the last few weeks is if you're reffing first or third base, stand on the foul line, not off next to the fence
Yes.
or in like 2 feet off the line.
But please also move.
Yeah, as a first base ref, and I'm not sure if anyone from Muddy's here, but I ref first for the first time in a long time this week, and I definitely took me a minute to get back to like what it should be, but moving, like CJ Kai is a great example. Like, go watch some championship games from back in the day.
Yep.
He was a great
There's bad blood here from when he ref the championship game and overturned a call that he shouldn't have. But let's not go there. We love you, CJ.
Just your movement. Like you're always moving into the field, watching. I mean, just start watching people ref. Start watching Alex Hallman ref. Like go watch people ref. People that you know have been doing this. Rick, Cougar.
It's
Ben,
a learning thing.
There's a ton of people that have been reffing for a long time in our league, and just watch them. Stop watching the game and just watch the refs for a minute.
The most important thing to take from that is that Alex and I learned something over this past week about having to get in foul territory that we didn't know, and we've been reffing for going on a decade. So it really is an experience thing. You're never too experienced.
Always learning.
So thank you for jumping up and reminding us. Sorry if we stepped on you. So, Cougar, we're going to run through the games here, and you just jump in when it's one of the pick'ems.
Of course.
All right. Lauren, you want to pimp yourself again a little bit?
I'm sorry, what?
You want to pimp yourself again?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Our sponsor, Lauren Legali, jumping in, saving us.
I'm tired of seeing you all getting hurt. Please shoot me a text, 316-619-1444. Let me help you get stronger, more athletic. I'm here for you.
Save you from your injuries. Yeah. And also, special thanks to you for hosting those early season when we didn't know what the fuck we were supposed to do, Game of the Weeks.
So fun.
Yeah,
Glad we can be in person now, but that was fun.
Yeah. I think we can release the secret now that we're not there anymore and people won't show up randomly and like have a party in your front yard. The undisclosed location sponsoring the podcast.
Hey, Ben, I'll go this real quick if you don't mind. So,
yeah, go.
Even in case all the divisions and rank play, here's how you all did. Here we go. Division 4, whoever you are, you went 4-2. Division 5, you went 2-4. Rest of y'all went 3-3. So there.
So I have a quick comment on this.
Sure.
So when we did the first podcast, we talked about which divisions were the strongest, which were the weakest. And there was a lot of clamor for Division 5 as the weakest.
No, I said 6, our division.
Division 5 was 2-4,
I know.
right? The two teams in Division 5 that won by one
Green Rockets.
in extra innings.
Jesus.
So Division 5 is extra inning walk-offs away from being 0-6. So definitely the worst division.
God. Well, I still say 6, but we'll see.
Also, side note to the side note, Post House, you got beat by one of those teams. Put that on your wall.
That's true. That is very true. I'm sure they will. Sheesh. All right, week 6 standings there. Here we go. How we do? Ben, I don't think this ever happened to you, like, ever. You went 0-3.
I know, but I'm confident I'm going to win the rank play prediction, so I'm okay with this.
Probably so. So you went 7-11. I went 2-1. I'm 9-9. Who the MC was, I think that was Sean and, Seth. 2-1 and 10-8. And whoever the guest was last week. Who was the guest last week? I don't know who it was. 1-2 and 8-10. I forgot who she was. So there you go. So somehow the leader is the MC. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. So.
Good job. How many games off the pace am I here?
Out of last year, 8.
No. I mean, from how many games behind am I on this year's leader?
You are behind then the leader, 3 games behind.
Oh, okay. So I need to go 3-0. They need to go 0-3.
Which you probably will, knowing you.
No.
Yeah. Yep. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right. So getting into the games, YSC 1 at 5 o'clock. R-Bar at Asteroid
Cheers,
Head.
Katie.
R-Bar!
Can we really trust Asteroid Head? Can we? Oh,
Arbar, who represents at the podcast, Asteroid Head, who forfeited their game. You fuckers.
Can we really trust Asteroid Head?
Cougar, why don't you go first?
You know what? I don't trust Asteroid. It's Arbar. Who cares? It's Arbar. And here's Amber from Arbar. What's up?
Yeah.
We're not going to forfeit our game. We'll be there. So.
I believe you will be there. No, I believe you. It's not guaranteed, Amber. I believe you will. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm hearing Arbar wins by showing up.
Probably. Jesus.
Yep. Lauren?
A lot of bets on Asteroid Head. I'd love to see Arbar win, though. Arbar.
Yeah. You beat me to it because I was going to say, is this going to be another R-bar win by forfeit?
Jesus, you're calling Katie? Dang, Katie.
I love me some Arbar, and I really want to pick you, but I kind of feel like since Asteroid Head forfeited last week, they're probably going to win this week. So I'll go with Asteroid Head, I guess.
Hey, 2021 is a weird season in KVKL. Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah, exactly.
All right. If Asteroid Head forfeits again, they're in serious trouble.
Jesus.
All right. YSC 1 at 7 o'clock. Jazz House at Corksuckers. Will Jazz House get over the tween hump? No? Shakes no?
No.
No? Lauren?
Corksuckers.
Overrated.
I agree, Katie. I agree,
Sorry,
Katie.
Rick.
I agree.
Sorry, Rick.
Cosgrove, you look like you wanted to say something for a while now. You want to step
No.
up? No? You just
No.
going to stand there and look handsome?
Can I say this real quick, Katie?
Yeah.
About Ben, about this matchup? I'm sorry. You know what, Jazz House? Rick, I love you. Rest your team. Y'all are dead to me. You're dead. You are D-E-A-D, you kids. Dead. I give up on you.
Yeah.
You're dead.
All right. Rick, I've been
Screw you
riding
all.
Jazz House a
You're
little
dead.
bit. I'm going
You're
to jump
dead.
off the train here, and hopefully it provides some motivation. I'm going
Nope.
Corksuckers in this one.
If that's the moment you really need there, Chaz, you got some really big problems there.
All right. YSC 2 at 5 o'clock. Johnny's at Harpies. Woo!
I'm so excited.
Fancy. You're going Johnny's?
Oh, gotta vote for my team, but it's gonna be a good game.
You had a prediction on the final score?
Johnny's by 1.
Yeah, that's
Copycat.
modest. I like it. All right.
Copycat with me there, Lauren.
Cougar?
This is a real test for Harpies. If they really get up for this game, I bet there's a huge high being at Post House. And now you got Johnny's. Whether they'll keep the momentum or they'll rest their laurels and probably have a letdown. So it should be Harpies, but they better be careful of this trap. They better be very. I know Stace will be up. The rest of the team, I can't speak for them. I don't know. I know you'll try, Stacy, but we'll see. I don't know. It should be Harpies. I don't know.
Hey, Cougar, you didn't make this a pick-em? This actually would have been a good
Nope,
one.
I don't want to pick them. Nope.
This should have been a pick-up
Nope.
for sure.
Nope.
All right. Who you got,
I
Katie?
agree. This should have been a pick-up. Stacy,
I don't want Harpin.
I am so sorry because I love you. And I know you do. And the only reason why I'm going to go Johnny's
Why are you going Johnny's?
is because
She's here?
Austin's going to be back next week and be real fucking pissed, and they want to win this next game. So I'm sorry.
Hopefully we've got a couple weeks to get healthy here. Our injured players heal up.
I still feel like they're gonna pull it out after. There was only like 2 innings where you guys didn't play very well last game. I mean, you're a one contender for sure.
Arby's are trying some interesting
There's
tactics
a
too.
game to win there.
Seen some interesting plays.
We'll see if there's a letdown for Harpy. That's the real question. We'll see. That's the real question.
Yeah, this is probably going to tell us a lot about the order of people on the ones.
Agreed.
You know, I have a tough time here because Lauren is very modest with her pick, and Max is sitting there all demure, hiding under his hat. I'm going to say Johnny's by 1 in extras.
I will say, I lost a City League game to disappoint my City League captain, Alex Hallman, with a bunch of Harpies that kept popping it up to Turtle.
Yeah.
You weren't there. You're on the other team.
The consensus here is we need to figure out a way to get me out of reffing my game so I can go watch this one. All right, next one. YSC2 at 7 o'clock. Brewtang at Poshwash.
Poshwash, please have some pride. Please have some pride. Come on. Posh Wash.
Cosgrove?
Oh, jeez.
He's just looking at the microphone. Marisa?
Yes, Marisa. Oh, no, Marisa.
Also just looking at the microphone. Now she's chasing Cosgrove.
What are you playing, Shadow
Marisa's
here
drunk.
between these two?
Cosgrove's always drunk.
Oh.
Aaron's good at pointing out people that are drunk.
I'm never drunk.
What was your pick, Cougar?
I said Posh Wash, but have some Posh Wash, please.
Sorry, what is it? Posh who?
Posh Wash was the Brutang gang.
Are you consulting the
Posh
Vegas?
23rd Street Brewery.
Ryan, what do you want? from my
Cougar,
team? Yes.
the boys and me are wondering your prediction for the next Mahomes game.
What?
Oh, we'll get there. You're
We're
jumping
not
ahead
there
of
yet,
us.
Ryan. Get back in your seat.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Brian,
podcast is only
jump back.
3 hours long. Just chill out.
Yeah. Jump back up and give us your prediction when we get
Relax. Take a load off. There's still like an hour left.
there. All right, I'm gonna try to rein us in here.
I'm gonna
So-
vote for Posh.
Yeah, Posh. Katie?
Only because I want to dominate the fives and obviously kick Screamers' ass. I'm going 23rd Street, so.
We're not on that
We're
game.
not 23rd Street. What are you talking about, Katie? Oh, my gosh.
Katie wins the award.
4 shots deep, my friends. 4 shots deep. Thanks,
Brutang
Mahomes.
at Posh
Thanks
Wash.
for
Who you
tuning
got?
us. Oh, Brutang, easily.
Yeah?
Brutang. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm with Katie on this one. We got Brutang here, Posh Wash there.
Sorry, Sean. Love you.
Sorry. Yeah, Sean and Aaron, you gotta prove it to me.
Bring those veterans back.
YSC3 at 5 o'clock. Tree Care at Post House.
Finally, a game worth talking about. Thank God.
Yeah, we had a lot of people picking Post House to be a force in the ones, but after that loss last week, I think it's well. Raise your hand here if you're going to pick Post House.
I would have said KTC
I'm
either
still gonna
way,
pick Post House.
regardless of the Post House loss.
I'm still pick Post House. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Cougar.
Obviously, you're picking Coast House. Gosh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Defending.
Cosgrove doesn't even know why he's raising his hand.
He's a mine. He's basically a mine. He don't want to say anything.
Cougar, why do you think Post House is going to win this? Anger?
Yes. Again, I equate this how they started to see the Bugs Bunny cartoon with the bull is sharpening his horns against that like stone sharpener. That's gonna be them again. Once again, they'll be sharpening their horns. So.
All right, Cougar,
Yeah.
you get 4 seconds to tell me who is the best team Post House has beaten in the last 2 seasons.
Last 2 seasons?
Time's up. Next up, YSC3 at 7 o'clock. D-Holes at Red Lion Tavern. I'll go D-Holes here. We usually lose to D-Holes in ranked play. Katie?
I'll balance that out and go Red Lion for you.
All right. Lauren?
Both teams playing angry, never be birthday energy. I'll go Lion.
Hey. Cougar? Cougar, let's make it 2 for 2.
Happy birthday,
You and I
Chris.
both going against my team in picks.
What's that?
I said, let's go 2 for 2. 2 weeks out of 2 weeks, you and I both going against my team in picks and rank play.
Oh, yeah.
You going D-Holes?
I'm going to D-Holes.
All right.
D-Holes it is. So, wait. Who are you picking there, Ben?
Was this a pick'em?
Yes, it is a pick-up.
Oh, wait, how do you know? You're supposed to jump in there and tell us that. Whoa,
That just changed everything.
Whoa.
Why did we not call this before we actually called it?
I was about to, but basically this whole, I'm just like discombobulated.
Yeah, we gave Cougar one too many shots.
So wait a second, so hold on.
Cougar, if I knew this was a pick'em, I'd actually try in the game
know,
when we play it.
because the
It's
idiots
your own
here
teammates'
gave me
fault.
shots
It's your own
over there.
teammates' fault.
By the way,
I agree.
You're
I
done
agree.
giving me shots over there, you idiots, my
Wait,
teammates.
is this the
You're
first
done.
pick'em?
Yeah. Hey, Cougar,
idiots. What?
is this the first pick'em?
No, it's the second pick. I can try to keep track here.
What was the first one?
Brute tanking is his posh wash. Seriously, you guys, you've
Oh,
done our
okay.
I'm serious. I'm gonna yell at you.
Ooh,
guys. No
you
more
guys
getting
got
shots at
banged.
me, right? Enough.
You guys got Cougar drunk.
All right.
Enough with the
Yeah.
shots. All three of you idiots.
It's
Shut
our
up.
teammates.
All three of you.
All right, look.
Shut up.
Hey.
Shut up.
We're closing in on the 2-hour mark. We're going to rewind
Shut
this
up,
real
you three.
quick. If knowing that it was a pick'em, would your pick of Posh Wash change? Lauren?
Knowing it was a pick'em, nah.
No?
No.
Katie? No? Okay. So we're still good.
Moving on.
All right. And knowing that it's a pick'em, I'll still pick D-Holes.
Also, still pick Red Line. Moving on.
D-holes you got here. We got Katie.
Red Line.
I'll stay Lion.
Yes, I'm pissed. Yes, what's that? What are you going to say?
Line.
Red line.
Stay in
I still pick
Lion.
D-Holes. And
Don't
Cougar
love
still
it,
picks D-Holes.
but-
So thanks for giving us the opportunity to give you a bunch of shit and letting our picks stay the same, Cougar. YSC4 at 5 o'clock. Red Legs at Muddy Waters. I know. Raise your hand if you're picking Red Legs here.
Yeah.
After last week,
Yeah,
I think
sure.
Yeah, Lauren? Yeah, you thinking
Why?
upset's
Lauren,
coming?
explain why.
I did hear people say that they were a couple line drives away.
I would love to hear the
you know what?
rationale, Lauren. Please do tell.
I think I might go red legs here. I think
I'm making
crazy.
a contentious
You know, last time I
pick
was talking
here.
you crazy.
I
was
think,
right.
I think
about
Muddy's
you,
due for a loss. And
I guess red legs. You're crazy, Katie. Last time I said you're crazy, I was right about you being crazy.
And red legs is due for a win, so I'm going red legs only because
Red
Cooper's
legs
texted me about
hungry.
it.
Love Finley.
You got Finley?
Yeah.
All right. I'll stick with Muddy. Cougar, obviously.
Yeah, Muddy. Because Katie, once again, you're crazy. You don't even know what picks we're on. My God.
You're crazy.
YSC4 at 7 o'clock. Love Garden at Honey Badgers. After seeing Love Garden at Game of the Week, I have a hard time picking against them.
Yep. Even though Honey Badgers, great win against D-Hole, is win by 10.
They
Fantastic
did.
win.
Yeah.
Let down. Yeah, it'll be Love Garden. Yeah.
I'm going to go Love Garden, but only by like 3 or 2.
You know what? I'm going to flip my pick. I don't know that Jake's coming back for this game. And it seems like they might be one kicker away from that game being a lot closer because he was responsible for a lot of runs in that game. And JDE shat the bed, and it still wasn't a total blowout. And I underestimated Honey Badgers before, so I think I'm going to take them here.
Did you realize you picked them, beat Muddy Waters, and won by 11?
Yeah, no, don't talk about the past to me, Cougar. Live in the now.
Oh, my gosh. You're crazy.
Honey Badgers don't give a fuck.
I'm going with Honey Badgers as
Honey,
well.
yeah. Honey.
Man,
Honey,
tough. I love Garden. They're both offensive teams, kind of, right? I remember Honey Badgers years ago, just every kick was a fucking grounder line drive. So I think it's up to the defense. I'm going to go with Honey Badgers
Lauren,
for
can I
fun.
just say this to you? Same with Katie. Lauren, you're crazy. And I'm undefeated on people calling people crazy. I've been right.
Hey, Cougar, I'll do a side bet with you on this.
I don't do bets. Don't even try.
Loser has to take a shot of something really
Nope.
awful
No
next
bets.
week.
Rumplemans.
No bets.
Rumplemans, yes.
Malort.
No bets.
Malort.
No
Malort.
bets.
Shout out to the Reading Rockets for those pregame Malort shots, by the way.
All right.
Holy shit.
Here we go.
No
Cougar,
bets.
if loser has to chug a Genesee at the next game.
No bets. We're moving on. No bets.
All right.
I don't do bets.
YSC 5 at 5 o'clock. Free State at Drop Stoppers. This could be a really good one, actually.
This will be a good game, yeah. It will
And
be.
there's already some shit talking going
Yeah,
on
because Free
Facebook
State
on this one.
reminded like they won 27-12 last time they played.
Yep.
27-12. I was like, holy shit.
All right, so I'm gonna pick Drop Stoppers here only because I feel like if they lose, Bryson will never live it down. And I like him in the league. I don't want him to quit just because he loses this game.
I don't mind Bryson quitting.
So that begs the question, is he actually leaving us, or is he just fucking with us?
I think he's just hanging on by a thread here. There's a gritter calling here for
I'm going
Bryson.
Drop Stoppers as well. Drop
Why are we
Stoppers.
talking about Bryson?
Drop Stoppers.
Honestly, seriously.
Man, this is tough. Love a bunch of people on both teams. I'll switch it up and go Free State.
It's Free State, not just because Rex is here, because, no, Free State, they're the better team. And the Drop Stoppers, no. And now with Bryson, is that really going to help? No.
Yeah,
no.
I'm glad we split 50-50
No.
because I love T as much as anybody. So.
I love T too, but no.
All right, YSC 5 at 7 o'clock. Louise's at Empire.
I gotta go with my new homies, Louisa's. Honestly, I think they're a good team. They're getting better every week, and Empire's still kind of figuring it out a little bit. I think.
I feel
especially
like
after
Louise's
talking
is
this week.
due.
Oh, for sure they're. Oh,
Yeah,
they
overdue
should've won,
maybe.
They should have won against homies last week.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
Louise's got
definitely
cock
due.
teased by homies.
Oh yeah, easily,
Yeah.
easily.
Lauren?
Same, I'm going with Luis's.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Empire Kicks back. They're good guys there. I talked to them in the game of the week during the game and keep them encouraged. But looking at the game results, it's not. Even though this is the first time they lost by second time by single digits, it's not pretty. Yeah, it's Louise. And of course we just played them, so it's Louise.
It may not be funny, but they seem like they're having fun and
They
shooting
are.
jello shots. And really,
Yeah.
I mean, if they got a couple players that really want it, all it takes is like some regular games and turnover.
Empire Kicks back. I'm talking to you. Keep your heads up, guys. Keep your heads up, all right? Keep
If
your
they
heads up.
had taken maybe 50 Jello shots, would they have won that game as opposed to 100?
I don't know what the equation there is. I figure 50 jello shots equals 2 runs or something like that. So I think they still would have lost.
Good enough.
Yeah. But hang in there. We love having you, Empire.
Amen.
YSC
Glad
6
you're
at 5 o'clock. Shirt Factory at JDE.
Another game which, again, just like Redline, JDE never beaten Shirt Factory in their franchise history. Never.
I think this is the one. I'm taking JDE. I think JDE is going to have a lot to prove after getting embarrassed at Game of the Week. And I said it. Yeah, embarrassed.
This is it. This is it. JDE defense can counter Shirt Factory offense.
Yep. Cougar?
Wrong. JD's offense is sporadic. And I don't think, I think against good teams. So I think that's going to be a problem against Shirt Factory. Even though Shirt Factory is going to transition, the additions of Ruchna and Alex Fox on the team, that's going to be huge for Shirt Factory. And I'm sorry, if you go with a mental toughness between JDE and Shirt Factory, Lauren, and the rest of you panel, oh yeah, by far, I'm taking Shirt Factory over JDE. JDE, you'll find, again, when JDE gets mad, they'll implode. When Shirt Factory gets mad, guess what? They're the only team in the league's history that gets better when they get mad. So that's why I'm taking Shirt Factory.
If Avery can tighten up his slippery hands,
he won't.
I'm gonna go JDE.
Against a team he's never beaten there, Katie. A team he's never beaten. He's gonna keep, not slippery hands. Not gonna happen. I love you, Avery.
I'm going JDE.
But you gotta go over that
for
hump.
sure.
It can't be done. Nope.
All right.
It's a 5 o'clock game, so Avery won't have had an entire cooler of summer brew yet.
Jungle juice, bitches.
YSC 6 at 7 o'clock. Late fees at Soda Jerks.
Soda Jerks.
Soda Jerks.
Late fees.
Yeah, I'm surprised how quickly you picked this game when late fees lost to Woost in extras and Woost beat Jazz House, a division ahead of them. Maybe we underestimated the Woost fees division.
I also think that the Soda Jerks lost a game and a half in division play that they should have won that would have put them up in the next rank. So
well, primetime players play.
This is true. Step up, bitches.
Like I said, I'll give late fees credit. They've gotten better than they were 2 years ago. They absolutely have gotten better. No question. They deserve to be in the fours. But I still think Soda Jerks still have a little bit more than late fees.
Yeah, it's tough for me here because late fees won one game, and they won the three-way tiebreaker. That's why they're in the fours. The only reason they won their last game is because it was a forfeit. And nobody knows what would have happened, but still. I guess I'll take Jerks.
Yeah.
Because I'm a jerk. Boo. YSC 7 at 5 o'clock. Home loans at my homies.
So last week, our team almost gave Luis's their first win of the season. So do you three idiots over there in Luffy, don't disappoint me. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I don't know. Always by one.
Well, Mahomes is the only team in the sixes with a win, right?
Correct.
Well, two wins now. The only team that entered the sixes with a win.
With a win,
I'm sorry.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm going Mahomes here. Homelands is going to get a dub in
I
the
hope so.
sixes, but it's not going to be against Mahomes. They've just got the knowledge, and Homelands is too new.
You're giving my teammates knowledge an actual compliment, really?
Via knowledge
what
via
a
Cougar.
dick. Are you sending an email tonight now as well? Cougar, jeez.
Yeah, give me too many shots
I'm
out there.
also
I will send an email to give me too many shots out there.
reluctantly going to go Mahomes, not because of Cougar, because I love you all. The boot winner in the 2019 championship is definitely going to give Home Loans a run for their money. There's a lot of veterans on that team, and Home Loans is just too young. Too young.
I mean, I'm going to go with Cougar because I love Cougar. A dark part of me hopes Homelands wins this, and it just throws the sixes into a crazy fuck.
From my team.
Only because of Cougar.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just this is a collective prediction. We got the Mahomes 10 to.
Mahomes are what?
10 to 5 Mahomes. Because getting berated by Cougar really motivates me, so I'm just gonna show out next week or the week after, and I'll perform for you, Cougar, because I love you.
Being berated by Cougar motivates all of us. I said being berated by Cougar motivates all of us.
Don't lie. You just delete the emails before you even read them. It's fine.
Please delete the emails.
Just delete them. Don't even read them.
My prediction is that Home Loans wins and Cougar sends 10 emails in between the loss and the following game.
That's not going to happen.
Next up, YSC 7 at 7 o'clock. Goose at Kicking Assets.
Oh, no. See you guys. Be safe.
Thanks
you,
for
Ryan.
coming, guys.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Matt.
Ghost already asked if Cougar can't ref that game.
So does kicking assets.
You guys,
But also it's also gonna be this game is just Junior versus Colton.
Yes.
Touche.
Oh, yeah.
Touche.
Two best friends, two different
Agreed.
teams.
All right, so
They're brothers. Wait, is this the first time that two teams at the same time before the game has requested for Cougar not to ref our game?
I don't care.
Yeah. Also,
is this also the first game that Cougars
Ghosts
never
want
refed?
Hobber.
He's gonna ref anyways.
Okay, that's cool.
Obviously, I'm going Ghosts.
Unless like something, hopefully not a family emergency or something bad happens to Hobber. I hope not. But
I
you should be the ref.
also
You're
third
the
the
ref.
Cougar
Yeah.
not refing this game.
all right, Lauren, what you got?
Haven't seen Kicking Assets. I have seen Ghosts. Ghosts looking pretty good. I'll go Ghosts.
Since I'm refing the game, and there's two people here. Guess what? I'm making a prediction. I abstain. I'm not making a prediction. No, I'm not going to. As someone that ref both the games, that both y'all are here, I'd be the objective one. I abstain.
Cougar, they already agreed they're not going to let you ref anyway.
Well, then,
Both teams will do what.
I'm wearing the perfect shirt. If he doesn't want to make a prediction, because I am a strong woman who's strong and plays kickball, I will make the prediction: kicking assets over Ghosts.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine.
I believe the last time we played Kicking Assets was in the tournament that you guys won the Diana play and beat us to get there. So.
Ghost is like a solid team.
We know who he's gonna pick.
After watching them, I feel like Ghost has the steadiest team. Kicking Assets has the best top end talent. I think with a week off, Assets are going to come to play. I think they found something last week.
Of course, the pick Assets, dog.
Wow, someone doesn't want to sleep on the couch tonight.
Why are you surprised, man?
I like Cosgrove over there sitting down like he gives a shit. You don't play anymore.
Hey, Ben, what you're actually missing is Aaron got up to stand because he wanted to know if he has more veins coming out of his biceps than you. So he's trying to make a point here to be like, choose the right team.
Most vascular wins.
Yeah. Whip it out, Aaron. Let's see if who has more veins in their cock.
Cougar, you and Magali have the only free vote, so you have to make it. You have to pick one, Cougar. That's fine. Pick one.
Yeah, we're not
Pick
moving
one.
on.
Fine. To even out with Ben always picking, King Assets for obvious reasons. Fine, I'll pick Ghost. Fine.
Ow!
All right.
Ghost by 2. Fine.
How many teams have lost that
All right, so
Cougars picked all year long?
we're in total agreement now. If Ghost wins, then it's Cougar's fault because he was biased after picking Ghosts.
Yeah, exactly how it works.
All right. YSC 8 at 5 o'clock. Young Spine at 23rd Street. Ooh.
No, this is an easy pick.
Well,
23rd is an easy pick.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Young Spine has a potent offense potentially. 23rd Street has maybe the best defense in this rank.
I think Ghost proved this last week that veterans and a tight-knit team that's been together for a while
Agreed.
will outplay a new team for sure.
That's fair.
And that's not to say that Young Spine's not going to win a game at some point. It's not going to be against 23rd.
Well, it's like a microcosm of taking a season off. The veteran teams have really kind of shown their shit.
Exactly.
This is going to be a week off, which, whatever.
Well,
The Young Bucks are going to drink too much on 4th of July weekend.
Young Spine's got athletes. They're not looking bad at all. They do still have people playing in tennis shoes and not cleats. 23rd Street veteran team going with 23rd Street.
Yeah.
I've seen Young Spine's defense. I've seen enough. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
23rd Street.
I am riding Shipley all the way. YSC 8 at 7 o'clock. Woost at the Porn Spatulas.
Porn spatulas. Only because I just want to be against the rest of y'all because I know y'all are picking Roost. So.
I'm going Woost.
Yeah, figured.
I think there might be a little bit of letdown for Woost in this high and beating Jazz House in this mini upset win. I think I'm going with the tic-tac-toes.
Wow.
Ticked off losing 3-2 to Free State as several too many self-inflicted errors on their part. I think, the combination of that and a possible letdown by Woost in that win over Jazz House, I'm going to XXXOXO.
Hooker surprises me with it.
Yeah.
Do I really surprise you? Do I? Okay.
I thought you'd pick Woos.
I'm kind of in no man's land here because I saw Woos play and they look good, but I haven't seen Triple X or Free State play, so I really don't know what to make of that last game. But I feel like I'm done underestimating Woost. I've picked against him too many times now and they burnt me, so I think I'm just going to take him here, and if they burn me this time, then shame on me, shame on them. Right.
No, I see enough of Woos because they're in my division there. You think that playing division, like, oh, that means that you'll be more favorable. It's like, not always. And I've seen enough. I'm like, I'm not bullish on Woos. Even that really good win over Jazz House, I think like XXOXO.
Yeah, I don't know. Hobbs Park, 7 o'clock. Hookah House at Reading Rockets. This could be for the top of the sixes.
Rockets all day. Amen. Rockets.
Cosgrove says Rockets all day.
Amen. I'm going Rockets.
I'm going Hookah House.
I don't know. I gotta go with my fellow my ghosty bro with Reading Rockets. Their ladies have been playing really well the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't seen Hookah House, but I've actually watched Reading Rockets play, and they're pretty decent.
I'm going with Hookah House. They've been great sponsors this year, and it felt like they were overdue for a win before last week, and they really put on a show. So I'm going to stick with them.
Rockets. Not the Rockets. Maybe other teams, but not the Rockets. They're the defending champion of the Sixers, Ben.
Cougar, you picked Home Loans to finish 6th, and they lost to the Rockets by 1. You're telling me Hookah House doesn't have a chance here?
They'll have a chance. It's not going to win, though.
Okay.
No.
A lot of my former library coworker homies are on the Rockets. Fun fact, Sean Wilson added an autocorrect in my phone to change Sean to the hottest dude I work with, which I have never deleted.
Oh, my
Also,
God.
Sean Wilson has the hottest pitching form in the league as well.
But I did see
disagree.
a really
I
close
still think it's
game.
Robin.
Ashford had Hookah House. I'm filling Hookah House here.
Yeah. I think Hookah House smokes the Rockets. Cougar, I'll do a side bet on this with you. But wait, you don't bet.
No.
Tell you
why
what,
even try?
If Rockets win, I'll suck you off. How's that? Hobbs Park, 9:15, game of the week.
Is this the last pickup?
Do we keep this
Right,
a pick 'em?
this is we make it?
This is the pick'em game.
That's what I thought.
Is this
This is the bonus question.
All right, okay. We have one thing in common. All right, so Button Grind at Sacred Sword.
Jeez, Bun Grind and
Man.
Ben's question.
They
You
both-
really are masochist, or Ben.
Yeah, they both played really well.
Both historically known for bunting.
Yeah, I feel like Sacred Sword's top-end game has surprised me more than Button Grind's top-end game, although Button Grind has won games I didn't expect them to. I'm going to go Sacred Sword by 4.
Got it?
It's honestly probably is one of the tougher pick'em games I've ever done on a podcast. Gosh, I'm gonna go Sword by 1.
There's a bunch of teams I get confused. Button Grind, Kristen's team, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Sacred Sword, man, veterans on both teams. I hate this. I'll go Sword.
By how many?
3.
Cougar, knowing that I always pick the Button Grind games wrong in rank play, are you going to take them?
No.
I missed them last week.
No. I'm going to go Sacred Sword by 6.
Boo. Kristen, come give us a prediction. Come on.
No,
Hold up a number of fingers for how many you think
she's
you're
gonna
going to
show us
win
their
by.
prediction when they kick Sacred Sword's
Should
ass.
probably just give me the middle finger. So
Button Grind by 2. We got it on authority. All right.
on the record. There we
Yeah,
go.
we're gonna give you credit for that, and if you come to the podcast after you win, we're gonna all buy you drinks. How's that? Rock and roll. All right, I think that's all we got.
Yep.
Let's give another quick shout out to Lauren for sponsoring us this week.
Thank you, Lauren.
Hey, thanks.
And if you don't want to get injured, give her a call.
Please.
Yeah. Cougar, any shout outs?
Well, again, be nice to the refs, but at the same time, provide better refs for people. I mean, I'm really like hot about this whole ref situation. The fact that Katie has to repeat the obvious things there about how the refs and so forth, it just makes my blood boil. It really is.
Read the rules. Ask your fellow
not just read the rules. Actually, pay the
questions.
fuck attention. Actually, just I'm mad.
All right,
sorry.
wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Katie, do you have shout-outs?
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to the entire KBKL League for holding it down the last 6 weeks. It's been an amazing 6 weeks of kickball so far, and we still have a few weeks left. Let's keep being responsible. Keep cleaning up after yourselves.
No glass.
No glass.
No glass.
Amen. No glass.
Especially
Cans for the community.
hops.
We do cans for a reason. For the community.
I agree.
How about you, Lauren? Do you have any shout-outs?
Kickball is for all July 10th. Come hang out.
Yep.
Women,
Amen.
trans, non-binary, please come meet us. and
Everybody.
some
Anybody, everybody.
drills.
Even if you're not in the league, come hang out with us.
By the way,
Come play
wait,
some
Ben,
kickball,
I got
learn how to
shout
play.
outs real quick. I'm sorry, Katie. I got a shout out real quick. To me, you know why? RPI comes in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
2 weeks, RPI.
It's getting
There you
juicy.
Go. 2 weeks.
Yep.
Long way to term. Sorry, that's all.
All right. I will shout out Lauren. Thanks again for sponsoring. I will
Thanks for
shout
going
out
halvesies.
Katie. Thanks again for joining. I will shout out Cougar. Thanks for putting up with all of our shit and feeding
Especially
you
my
shots.
teammates and their shots.
I want to thank everybody that came tonight and was and still is in our audience. Even the people that we drove
Way to
away, we
laugh.
still love you. Special thanks to everybody that shot us information so we could give good play-by-plays on the games this week. And I want to shoot out Tree Care and Post House. I can't wait to ref your game in a couple weeks and totally fuck both of you over. Especially Post House. Take that as motivation to put the game away.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I think we're good, Cougar.
All right, I'll play it.
Oh, quick shout out to Jazz House. Thanks again for hosting us.
Amen.
9:40.
Even your team is kind of dead to me.
Mass Street 9:44.
9:26 and a half.
9:26 and a half.
Jesus, Katie. You know what? I'll just play the dance song.
Y'all
before
got
you
me
think-
too
Katie,
drunk
no.
tonight.
We're
You
playing the
bought
song.
me
We're playing the song.
shots.
We're done.
Come to the clinic July 10th, Hobbs Park. Kickball is for all.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
We'll teach you how to play. Or you can just come drink with us. It'll be great.
This is in honor of the criminal that got away. Crystal Method, all the way.
Love Crystal Method.
I love you all.
Again, Par FIFA 98, EA Sports. Look it up. Best soundtrack, all sports games of all time. Look it up.
Cougar, how did you avoid the cops there? It's fucking masterful, man.
It was Cougar all along.
Stop.
I zoomed in on that Instagram video of the dude driving through the park, and it was you.
Mercedes privilege.
Yeah. That's it. He didn't even know he was breaking the law.
Cougar's here right now.
What?
Oh, God. NHLPA
What's that?
93.
What'd you say,
NHL 93, I guess, is with the blood. NHLPA 93 is Super Nintendo without the blood. Either way, it's my favorite. Oh, yeah. New York Rangers. No, hey, Matt, give us
All right, everybody. This is the end of the podcast. If you would like to hear some more, tune in next week. Until that time, have a great night.